Somebody let me know if there's any problems with the stream, because I'm on wireless, which I've never done before.
Should call this session Herogasm. You ever see The Boys? That's an episode of The Boys. It's amazing.
It's so good.
And ridiculous.
I know I should watch it. I turned it off the moment in the second season when he drinks the breast milk. I'm like, I can't do this again.
Oh, but it gets way worse. That's
I
my
can't do this again.
Dude, it's one of the best shows ever. You have to watch it.
But I'm with you. That was so cringy and rough to get through. But there's even worse stuff. Like they keep trying to one up themselves. So if you don't like that, you might not.
Last season is worse.
Oh yeah,
I think so.
The start of season 3 is insanely worse.
It's almost like they were trying to shake people off, viewers away from watching it. Like I'm like almost like they're trying to see who will stick with this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't started the latest season.
But I still think it's amazing. You should watch it. Did you start the stream?
Yeah, it should be going.
Okay. I'll look at it after I read the recap. Okay. So you got the recap up?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Last session, 68, September 14th. Happy birthday, Don. Called it They're Here. And the subtitle is, That's amazing. You took a fireball to the face. That was a Sparkle quote, I believe. All right. So the party scrambled to dodge the massive fireball that suddenly emerged from the tall, ominous statue in the center of the temple. Juniper took the brunt of the blast, unable to dodge out of the way while boxed in by her larger teammates. The rest of them seemed to avoid at least some of the inferno. Barely able to move, Juniper crawled away from the giant statue and downed a healing potion. She was roasted and torn up pretty badly, but could get a safe distance away. Thoradin helped drag her to safety. To further heal herself and the party, Juniper summoned Skirbo, the healing squirrel. This magical little critter was amazingly effective and quickly got the party back on its feet. Sparkle suddenly produced the Wand of Secrets, which he found earlier in the skeleton of a long-dead wizard, and activated it, but found no traps or hidden things in the near vicinity. I think he was trying to figure out what triggered the fireball, maybe. Ragnar put out his beard, which had caught fire, while Deckard brushed soot off himself. Alaric turned his shield towards the statue, ready to defend the party should it launch another fireball. However, before they could fully regroup or get too far away, lightning crackled from the giant figure and arced through Alaric's shield, chaining into Deckard, Sparkle, and Ragnar. To make matters worse, Juniper spotted several flickering flames through the arrow slits on the floor above and pointed them out to Thoradin. The rest of the party, some still smoldering from the lightning blast, scrambled to the side of the large chamber to get away from the statue. Deckard readied his crossbow. Alaric moved forward, in and out of cover, scanning the room for threats, always keeping his friends in sight. Without warning, the half-orc was struck by multiple magic arrows whizzing across the room. Looking up, he also spotted a few flaming skulls hovering on the other side of the arrow slits. Also noting the flaming skulls above, Thoradin dashed toward Alaric and with a light touch, imparted him an aura of protection against fire. Right on cue, the flaming skulls launched more blasts down onto Alaric. Thanks to deft movements and the paladin's protection, he easily shrugged off multiple fireballs. Oi, that would have killed a regular man, Thoradin exhaled. Juniper continued to heal herself and the party with Skirbo. She pulled further back into a long hallway lined with small alcoves, each displaying a different alabaster statue of some sort of small animal. Ragnar looked up at the dark black void head of the statue and suddenly felt a wave of weakness from deep within his being, almost a sense of death, as he withered and weakened and dropped to a knee. Deckard dashed across the battlefield with blinding speed, hoisted the dwarf over his shoulder, and darted back into cover. The dwarf thanked Deckard and then shuffled to Skirbo for some much-needed healing. Pinned between the flaming skulls above and the mysterious statue, Alaric pulled back toward another room to the north. And from this angle, he spotted what might be a door or panel on the back of the statue's base. He considered this for a moment while he drank a healing potion. However, another handful of magical arrows... Sorry, something's playing on my iPad. I lost my place.
Another handful of magical arrows spiraled down.
Another handful of... where am I at? Oh my god.
The one that starts with pinned.
About 4 inches below
I
the flaming skull.
I actually scrolled up. Okay, pinned between the flaming skulls above and the mysterious statue, Alaric pulled back towards another room to the north, and from this angle... Oh, I already said that. He spotted what might be a door panel on the back of the statue's base. He considered this for a moment while he drank the healing potion. However, another handful of magical arrows spiraled down from above and struck the barbarian. Thoradin ran forward to assist, laying healing hands on Alaric, and they both hobbled over toward a dark, rubble-filled room deeper into the complex. Suddenly, they heard the battle cry of Helwa, the leader of the berserker group they had befriended. She was commanding her gang to ambush the room above them, assaulting the magic skulls who threatened their chieftain. The sounds of combat rang from above, screams, clashing steel, and several small explosions. Meanwhile, Juniper and Ragnar received the last bit of healing from Skirbo, who disappeared back into the ether. The forest gnome jumped to her feet and became more curious about the statues in the adjacent hall. She noted that all the creatures were typical magical familiars for a spellcaster: cat, rabbit, bat, etc. Standing in front of a dark room with broken furniture, Alaric used his supernatural senses to detect any magic here, but didn't find anything. Thoradin watched the battle above through the arrow slits, unable to tell who had the upper hand. Either way, the magic arrows and fireballs stopped raining down on them for a moment. Spargle and the others dashed toward the seemingly safe room that Alaric was checking out. However, moments later, the room itself was screaming in inhuman, blood-curdling shouts from beyond the grave. The broken furniture and crates whirled around violently, crashing against the ceiling and walls. Thoradin pointed out 4 supernatural entities, perhaps poltergeists, haunting this room. Hearing this, Juniper ran toward the group to assist, and tossed a healing potion to Ragnar on the way. Deckard slid into the doorway and fired bolts into the room, striking one of the ghastly undead several times. This gave Alaric enough time to peel back out of this haunted terror room and back to the statue's base. He quickly figured out how to open the hidden door on the statue and popped it open. As Alaric peeled open the door and looked up into the structure of the giant statue, a frail little man stared down a staircase at him and stammered, Wait, I'm just the protector of this place, and I didn't know who you all are and what you're doing here. I'm just doing my job."
Is that Deckard Cain?
Looks like him.
Suntan.
6 gems plus 1 sword.
Alrighty, so I will take us back to where we were and where we left off. There you go. Okay, so that's where you're at. Alaric, what would you like to do or say to this dude?
I'm sorry. What was his exact quote? He said, "I'm just the director of the place and didn't know who you all were. What are you?" Okay. So you're the protector of this place. Your job is to kill anybody that enters it, or what's going on? Because I'm not really sure what me and my friends have done to provoke you.
Well, no one should be in here. Everyone else that comes in here has been, some kind of evil creature or something after the magic of this temple. So, my boss said to just make sure no one got anywhere past this statue.
Haha. I'm gonna do a thing that we always forget. I'm Alaric, by the way, and what was your name?
My name's Henrik Stolt.
Henrik Stolt. Okay, Henrik. Who's your boss?
So my boss is the great Archmage Alamor.
Alamor. I've never heard
I
of
love
that
that
name.
Alaric was talking to him like he's a child that like he caught doing something bad.
Well, I mean,
Pretty
right? I mean,
killing his friends.
I mean,
We've never heard that.
as soon as I enter the door, if he's like, "Whoa, wait, what do you do? What do you do?" It's like when I can't think of a good example, but
Like you catch your kid doing something wrong. Like
yeah, right, exactly. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, whoa! Now you don't want to fight? That I'm here? Like what's the problem? So you said, I'm sorry, you said what was the name? Alamore?
Alamore.
So who is this Alamore? I don't think this is anybody I've ever heard of.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm surprised you haven't heard of him, but yeah, he's a great archmage in these lands, and he came here to secure this place and hide away its dark magics.
I see. Is there a way to speak with him?
Maybe if he comes back, you could talk to him, or
If he comes back, what does that mean?
Or you could leave
You
a
don't see him
message.
very often?
Now he looks really confused for a second, and like his gaze kind of like goes off into the distance, and he says, when's the last time I saw him? He just kind of asks himself that, but doesn't respond.
Okay. Henrik, how long have you been here?
Oh, I've only been... And then he stops and he said, how long have I been here? And again, just drifts off in confusion. And he says, I think, well, it's been a while now.
I'm the only one in this room, correct? Everybody.
Yeah, so you're only 20, 30 feet away from like Spargle and Deckard and Thornton, and yeah, I guess this conversation's not going to go on too far because the rest of you are in this room that is absolutely going ballistic. There's furniture flying around. There's weird flashing lights and stuff. Thornton, you used your divine sense or whatever it was to. What was it?
Undead. Sense undead.
Sense undead. Yes. So you saw very distinctly 4 separate entities in this room. But yeah, all that's going on there too. So actually, let's pause and go cut over to that side.
I was just gonna say one more thing as that's happening, because it seems like this conversation's not really going anywhere, and this guy maybe isn't like. I don't think this is a guy that I need to fight, or he's gonna fight me. If you're going over to see what they're doing, Alaric would kind of scope out the area. He'd be like investigating things around him, whatever I would see. Like if it's literally like the guy's like lost in thought, I'm gonna start looking around, just start walking around, seeing what I see inside the statue.
Oh, you're gonna go. So the statue's like basically
he's above me, right?
Yeah, it's a small opening.
Right.
You'd have to like hunch down to get into it. A normal-sized human's probably even like a normal-sized adult probably needs to like duck a little bit. So it's like a narrow little opening with like a little spiral, like a little staircase thing that kind of goes up to the top. So picture like you're inside of like a mini Statue of Liberty, and there's like a scaffolding like stairs that go up into the top, and you're looking up, and he's like standing at the top of this staircase, looking down at you, talking. And where he's standing looks like it's the head of the statue, maybe.
Okay, so literally like the picture where the staircase winds up?
Yeah.
Okay, now, is it something that I can make my way up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could start. You could walk up the
stairs. So then let's just assume that I just started like walking my way up, and then you can do your thing.
Yeah. Okay. So you start walking up the stairs, and when you do, this old man like kind of like snaps out of his moment of confusion and looks at you and kind of like seems to draw back a little bit that you're coming up there. So good. Deckard, Thornton, Sparkle, you're in this other room that's just going bananas. What do you guys want to do?
So are we in combat?
Ponch, I think you're muted.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask. Same question.
You certainly can be in combat if you don't do something quickly. I mean, you're welcome to attack these things for sure, and then that will roll initiative. Or you can do something else. It seems violent and aggressive, and you think that if you stay here a moment longer, you're probably going to get struck by something.
I wouldn't mind leaving that. Then. Can we duck out like around the corner here to like where Alaric is?
Yeah. Why don't you each just tell me what you're doing? Like you can take one action or move or whatever you want to do. Sparrow, you want to duck out?
I'm gonna run next to Ragnar because I thought those little dudes were still shooting down at us.
Yep. Okay. That works. That looks good. So you tuck in that little alcove by a statue. And as you kind of like slide out of the room, a big like a top of a like the top piece of an old broken up chest goes whizzing right by your head and just like kind of spins around. You duck underneath it and slide over to Ragnar, but the debris in this room continues to like pick up and just slam all over the place. What about you, Deckard?
Yeah, I disengage, and I'm gonna. If I see this door open over here with Alaric, I'm gonna come over here.
Yep. So you cut out of the room. Same thing. You dodge some crap that's flying around, and you get to the base of the statue. Alaric had opened the door, and you see him walking up a set of stairs towards somebody at the top of the stairs. Thornton. Anything else, Deckard? Real quick.
Yeah, no, I kind of poke my head in. And, what? There's a flight of stairs in here? What's going on? Couldn't think of a Deckard saying that was weak.
Lark, do you say anything back or do anything that Deckard's standing there as you're walking up the stairs?
So he said, "What the heck's going on?" I would say, "Oh, Deckard, come on up and meet my friend Henrik. He was trying to fucking kill all of us."
What?
I would actually swear to I don't think Alaric's ever sworn.
Does Ragnar hear that?
What?
Does Ragnar hear you say that?
Yeah, you guys would all hear him say that if he said it loud enough. I mean, this is like a quiet, echoey place, and you're only 20, 30 feet away from each other.
There's somebody in the statue.
Wow. Yeah, over here. Deckard steps in and is like, well, slap me silly. My Aunt Sally's would lose her mind.
The fuck?
Gotta love Deckard.
All right. Thornton, everybody else splits out of this room, and you clearly can see the outline of these poltergeists who are now starting to wind and weave in between each other in a way almost. It's even hard. It's almost like they're becoming one with the swirl of chaos in the room. You still make out that there's four of them, and they seem to realize that there's life forms and are starting to position themselves in your direction.
Yeah. So I would instantly I would Misty Step 30 feet away. And I would kind of go right by Ragnar and Sparkle.
Perfect.
So I'd backpedal a little bit and say, I certainly don't like the looks of this. They look like ghosts. I've seen enough. And Misty Step right there.
Perfect. As you leave the room, you notice, because you're the last one out, that the craziness and the swirling and stuff doesn't cross the threshold of the doorway, and once you kind of turn back around and look at the doorway after you blink over there, you even start to see it sort of simmer down a little bit. Like the violence of it seems to start to slow. The swirling slows, and the screaming starts to quiet.
Very good.
All right. So we won't roll initiative quite yet. There's no real combat going on here, so you guys can kind of just, as a party, do whatever you want. Alaric's walking up towards this guy. Deckard's right behind him. Anybody want to do anything before we figure out
Is
what
there
that's...
any? Can I peek up? Are there any action going on upstairs? I'll kind of move out, like kind of hesitantly, and like look up. Is there any up in the upper deck there? What's going on?
Make a perception check.
Perception. 19.
19. You yeah, so you can see pretty good up into the 3 arrow slits. The flashing like flames and stuff that you saw before is gone. You don't hear any commotion. It's pretty quiet from up there. But as you're looking up there, you hear the doorway that was up on the balcony. So there was like a little platform that you guys walked down into this huge chamber that you were first on, a little balcony where you met that Helwa and the others.
Yeah.
That side of the room. So it would be like on the map that we're on right now, it'd be like kind of up toward this top of the steps and then off to the west.
Yeah.
Kind of where I'm pinging.
Yeah.
You hear that door open, and you hear very faintly, because you're a little bit far away now, you hear a woman's raspy voice saying, like, help.
Help?
It sounds like distress of some sort. Like, you don't hear words, but it sounds like someone yelling for assistance or is in some sort of...
Hey, guys, it sounds like Helwa needs some help. Should I go check it out?
We probably, a few of us should.
Sounds like they tried to save our butts up there. Maybe give my hand.
I'm with you, Sparkle.
Ragnar would start walking and then kind of stumble a little bit and like have sweat pouring off of his head. And he would look over at Thoradin and just be like, my rheumatism. It's just my rheumatism. I'm fine. I can continue.
Arthritis.
Ragnar is like 150 years old.
Yeah, you got hit with something back there, didn't you, Ragnar?
I got hit with a lot of things. This Hendrik's going to have a lot of explaining to do.
He's missing half his beard.
My beard's been burned.
I'm standing right next to Ragnar here. I get like a curious look on my face. And I reach up and I touch your beard and I'll cast mending. Just out of curiosity to see what it does.
I like it.
I think that works, shouldn't it? Like,
It should just
let's
work
read
for
it.
the creativity level.
So I don't know if you guys know who Athrogate is from Forgotten Realms. If you Google it, that's kind of like what Ragnar's beard looked like. It's like kind of like long and black and like braided, and he's got like all weird shit in there.
Yeah.
And then the fire put like a hole through it.
Nice.
Yeah, so Spargo, I think that works, right? So Spargo walks up. So Ragnar, you feel like shit because you've just been barraged by all this stuff, but you're almost maybe more upset at how decimated your beard is right now with this big burnt hole in the middle of it, and braids are all fraying apart. And you're actually holding like the bottom pieces like that are just dangling by little threads. Like, please don't fall off. And Sparkle walks up and looking all curious and wiggles his fingers with little effort, barely even is looking. It's like it's trivial for him. As the threads of your beard start growing, the burnt ends, singed ends start growing and connecting themselves back together as your beard just reforms, like, as it were.
Oh my word. Borden's beard. Spargo, you fixed it. It took the better part of 60 years to grow that beard, and I haven't washed it in as long as that. I can't thank you enough.
Oh, hey, no problem. Look good. Look good.
I haven't seen my bare face since, I don't know, before Neverwinter exploded.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I don't know what kind of condition any of us are in to help anyone right now. Actually,
I don't think we're doing good.
Fargo, after that happens, you hear the sound of like a fiery sort of explosion, or like the sound of like a something erupting, like a burst. The sound of a burst, and it catches your ear enough that you look over and you see Helwa, the gladiator, stumbling down the stairs towards you guys, and behind her, floating in the air, is this skull that just landed a big ball of fire right next to her and kind of knocked her to the side. And she's kind of like, she jumps to the side as she's like stumbling towards you, and this skull is bearing down on her.
can I launch a fireball at it?
Actually, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative now.
Ah, okay.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
$15 for Lorik.
Are we all rolling initiative?
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if I was supposed to or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
One for me.
Juniper, you had a 6.
Yep.
Thornton, you had 11. Okay. All right, Deckard, it is your turn. You hear Spargle saying something about somebody needs help, and then you heard that little bit of a burst, and you're standing at this statue's base. Can you guys see on the map where I uncovered where they're coming from? Yeah, I can see.
So what's coming from where? Is it these things in this other room still attacking us?
No, the room is still
The
got
stairs
some
we came
yep.
down, right?
Yep, where you just pinged, Deckard. The room behind you still got some shit going on, but it doesn't seem to be coming your way. And then this woman is Helwa, who you met, is like stumbling down that staircase towards the group with this big flaming skull behind her.
Deckard is gonna quickly follow Alaric up the stairs. Well, let me ask you: is there any indication that like Deckard can see out of the top of this tower?
You can't tell yet. You'd have to get up there to be able to tell.
Okay. Like as a perch to fire arrows from, Deckard runs to the top, like maybe pushes by Alaric if I have to see what's going on. Like I'm trying to see if there's like a slit or a something I can see out of into the room.
Totally get it. Okay, so you're able to slide by Alaric, assuming Alaric moves to the side to let you by.
So I'm going by and go, hey man, can I squeeze by?
Sure.
And as I do, I go crotch to butt, not butt to butt.
Good call.
What did you say? You do what? Crotch to butt?
Not butt to butt.
All right. I mean, whatever you're into is fine.
Have you ever seen? I was thinking about that with Fight Club when he's getting off. You know the scene when he's getting up on the plane.
Yeah.
Giving the ass to the crotch.
Yeah.
What's the height difference, though? Isn't Alaric like 6'8"?
That's true.
Yeah,
so I'm probably getting butt
It's
to
like
face right
it's
now.
crotch to 10.
So I just got a little bit of a run job. It's
Rubbed
fine.
your face across his butt.
Yeah. It was good for me. Was it good for you?
Smelled a little funky.
Hey.
So yeah, I squeezed past it.
So you do, and so you see this little old man. He's maybe 5'4", 5'5". I don't know. He's kind of hunched over, skinny little dude, beard. And he sees you running up, and he's like, looks like a little bit. He does like one of these things, and he's like, "Oh, what do you want up here?"
I'm kind of ignoring him at the moment. I'm just looking around, like I'm observing.
Yeah.
Like, can
So
I see?
yep. If you ignore him, you get to the top, and you are inside the head of the statue, and there are a pair. Now you didn't see this from the front of the statue. But one thing I forgot to mention. Well, I guess nobody really looked, so I can tell you now. Now that you're up here, the darkness, the sphere of darkness that made up this statue's like head is dissipating. So you now actually see that there's a physical head of the statue. And now that you're on the inside of the head looking out, there are two big 2-foot diameter eye holes that you can see clearly out. You can see, we have the Thoradin somebody drew the pink lines there, that sort of field of view from the statue. That's exactly the field of view that you have.
When he was shooting the spells out of there, was it coming from his hands, the statue's hands? Wasn't it?
It was hard for you. It was hard for you guys to tell. It was somewhere between the head and the hands, and there was the big fuzzy darkness and stuff like that. But somewhere in that vicinity, yeah.
So I can see her coming down the stairs then.
Let's see. What kind of like light and vision? Yeah, you're about 90.
Oh yeah, I'm a human, so I don't know if the flaming skull's giving me any light.
Yeah, I mean it's not great, but you can see. I mean it's dark and dim. There's a little bit of light around the room that your party's emanating and stuff, but it's pretty faint over there. But you can make out the outlines of the steps and the woman coming down the steps.
Okay. And then just
the skull is lit. So the skull behind it. It's not like it's lighting up the whole room, but it's definitely casting some shadows.
But it's definitely lit, right?
It's so lit.
It's lit.
and what is she doing? Is she just like kind of running for her life?
Yeah.
And then I see this skull behind her.
Yeah. She's like now like stumbling. Like she got blasted off her feet a little bit, so she's like losing her footing a little bit and scrambling down these stairs, kind of falling, stumbling ish.
Got it. And the little blocks within the big blocks, those are 10-foot blocks?
Those are 5. So the bigger blocks are 10 and the inner blocks are 5.
Here, hang on. I'm counting blocks when I forgot I can use this thing.
Yep.
95 feet. So I'm going to try and I pull out my heavy crossbow and I shoot at the flaming skull.
All right. Go for
I
it.
have 100 yards range on that without disadvantage, and it's 95.
Perfect.
Because you're at a height advantage, would you get an advantage on your roll?
No, I don't know.
I don't know how it works with a ranger. I was just curious.
Good call out.
That sounds right.
You know, technically, I don't know that there is an advantage, but I was going to give this skull a little bit of cover because of the weird angle that you have there. But I'm going to say since so you have the elevation, he's not actually. It gives you a better line of sight than if you were on the ground, so he's technically not in cover. So you got a clear shot.
Okay. So naturally, I thought that was a 1. Never mind. 18 to hit.
18. What are you firing off?
My
heavy crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get up into the head of this statue and look out this big giant eye hole, and you see the woman stumbling down the stairs and that flaming skull kind of dipping in and out. It's moving kind of quick. but you are quite a marksman, and you hit this thing straight between the eyes.
Cool. Yeah, so 14 damage. On that.
Okay, hold on. I just gotta check a couple things. Okay, you said 14?
Mhm.
All right. So that sticks deep into this flaming skull's head. And it kind of like, you see it like spin a little bit, like kind of like move off its axis and kind of like lose its balance a little bit. But it rights itself and seems dead focused on this woman in front of her. But that hit her good. Hit it good.
Deckard, real quick, reloads his crossbow. And I do my extra attack. 26 to hit.
That hits.
And 15 damage.
All right, so it's the skull is like spinning and trying to right itself a little bit, and as soon as it like kind of like steadies itself, you hit it on the side of its skull, and it spins the skull around the other way. So it's just like kind of you're pinging it around, but it rights itself again. It has I don't know if you can see this from that distance, but you definitely know you hit it good twice.
Okay. And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Ragnar. You hear this woman coming down the stairs right as you see a couple of bolts coming out of the head of the statue, which now has a face on it and big eye holes, and they thunk into this flaming skull.
Probably gonna live to regret this. How much movement do I have? I'm just gonna start moving forward. Really, all I can do. Probably move. Maybe like right there.
Yep. Now you can use your dash action to move again. You can take an action.
I guess I want to get as close to this stupid thing as I can. Or just. I think I can get right about there.
Okay. At this distance, you can see that the one of the bolts that's sticking in this skull has caused it to crack from top to bottom, like split. So the skull itself is starting to split and almost has a piece of it, like it's almost coming in half because it's been cracked open.
Can I see? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, but it's still like flaming and has these crazy green eyes and stuff.
Can I get a better look at Helwa from here?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Can she move under her own power? Is she bleeding out?
Do you make a medicine check?
Sure can. Oh, cool. 4.
You can tell that she's been in a fight, and she looks all messed up, but you can't really tell actually what's wrong with her or how steady or self-sufficient she is right now.
I guess I would just yell over to her, run for your life. We're coming.
She's kind of like in between a walk and a fall at this point. Like she's like kind of, and she like almost, it's just desperate, like puts her hand up. She's got one hand on the ground and she's trying to steady herself, and she puts her hand towards you and she goes, "The rest of them are dead." All right. And that's, anything else, Ragnar?
That's it for me.
Okay. Alaric, it's your turn. Deckard just zipped past you up to the top of the stairs.
Okay. How aware am I of everything that's been going on and Helwa coming down the stairs and things of that nature?
You don't see what's going on.
Okay.
You know that Deckard. You figured out that Deckard ran up to the top and started firing up. You could see him set up and thunk. These two bolts. So something's going down, but you're not exactly sure what's up.
Okay, so Alaric would make it to the top of the stairs, and would probably.
Okay. Well, let me pause you there.
Or
So
I
if you
would
do
try
that,
Okay.
if you were to go to the top of the stairs, the old man gets immediately out of your way. He's like, doesn't know what's going on, so he lets you get by, and he goes down the staircase a little ways, and then you can stand in the other eye hole next to Deckard, and you can see that he was shooting. Now you see what's happening.
Okay, so I'm going up the spiral staircase, and Henrik walks past me.
He kind of gets out of your way and stands middle of the staircase, just kind of watching you two.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I would get up there, and I would get up in the other eye hole next to Deckard, and I would grab a javelin or spear or whatever, and I would look over at Deckard and I'd go, "What are we hunting?" Right? I mean, I don't know what's actually happening at this point. There's just I hear a ruckus. Maybe I wouldn't say, "What are we hunting?" I would say "What's going on, Deckard? Everything okay?"
Besides, I think this little man next to me farted a moment ago. It smells a little weird, funny up here. There's this flaming skull chasing your girlfriend out there, and I'm trying to stop it.
Gotcha. So aim for the skull. Do I,
Yeah,
at
I
this
don't know.
point, if I'm there looking, do I see the skull plain as day?
I wouldn't say plain as day, but you know what's going on. You figured it all out. You see a little bit of flame. You see a flaming. You see the flames on the steps. You see the same. Wait, what kind of vision do you have?
I see everything.
I see everything. No, for real. What is it? What do you have?
You've got
well,
two
I have dark
Palantirs
vision
for eyes.
up to 1,000,000 feet.
Oh, okay.
I think my dark vision is,
dark vision
as good as my regular vision.
Yep, 120 feet. Yeah, so you see pretty good. You see a lot better than Deckard saw at this point, and you see your dark vision does, the sort of outline and stuff, and you see Helwa, everything I described.
Okay. Is this... I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this, eye hole in the statue. Is this something that me and my size could throw a javelin through? Or is it, only, he could, perch up and shoot a crossbow out?
So
am I going to have
you,
massive disadvantage, or...
Well, you're going to have disadvantage at this range, and I'm going to give him a little bit of cover because of where you're at. I'm sorry, I got to piss real quick, too, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. Go ahead. Go ahead and make your attack, though, with disadvantage.
All right. That seems bad.
All right.
12 to hit.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you're able to kind of line it up, and you chuck the javelin, but it's just so far, and it ends up kind of just clattering. It misses it misses Helwa, fortunately, and just kind of clanks on the stairs.
Do I see it go by?
Yeah, you do.
Where is it on? Is it on the stairs?
Yeah, it's like between Helwa and the skull.
Okay. I would just yell. I would just
It kind
yell.
of like it like thunk into a step and then just like spun and clattered on the ground.
Be careful! Be careful with your javelins!
And you hear that, Alaric, up through and you're able you see down and you see Ragnar running towards Helwa, which you didn't notice before, but now you do.
Lark would go, sorry.
No power tools.
No, this is my toothbrush. Okay, then yeah, that would be it. I guess I would stay perched there, looking out the eye, maybe looking over my shoulder to see if Henrik came back up to talk about what the fuck's going on. That'd be it.
Okay. All right. The skull itself rotates. It's balanced itself after being hit with these two bolts, and it seems to like scan for a moment, like go zzz, zzz, and it looks towards Ragnar, and it looks at this Helwa in front of it, and it focuses on Helwa, and these rays of like fire bolts, like fire lasers, come out of its eyeballs and slam shoot towards Helwa.
This isn't good. I'm in danger.
And hits her. So this bolt of fire blasts her in the back as she's trying to stand back up, and her whole body like spins, does like a full like 360 and lands on her back, lifeless.
Ah.
The skull then like very mechanically and robotically just goes zzz, and like points right at Ragnar and fires again.
Good.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
Wouldn't he?
You Sicilian schmuck.
Okay, so I'm dead.
Wait a minute. So out of character real quick, so I don't have to look this up. What does a crit do on a ranged spell attack? Does anybody know?
Doesn't it do double damage?
So it's the base damage. You just roll it again.
Yeah, you do the base damage. You don't add the proficiency onto it, I don't think.
Okay. Yep, that sounds right.
Remember when my brother died?
Ragnar, these bolts so this thing is like, because you're just like out in the open and exposed, this thing just like calculated and hits you like square, like so square in the chest that it sears like right through some pieces of your armor and hits you like in vitals, and does 23 fire damage.
How does that work with your armor? Does like I have 21 armor? Does that matter?
Wait, say that again?
My armor class is 21.
Oh yeah, but since it rolled a natural 20, it's an automatic hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay,
Plus it had a modifier on top of it, so it was actually like a 25.
so 23 damage.
Yeah, but so just so everybody's on the same page, natural 20 always hits. No matter what even if you had 30 armor class, it would be a hit. That's why there's like a saying that like 100 peasants could take out like an adult dragon, right? Because like 10 of them might crit, and anyhow.
Okay.
So yeah, it was 23 fire damage.
Is his beard still intact or is it fucked?
It hit right below your newly mended beard, but it got you really good in the gut, which is not great.
Yeah, so I would just get hit by that and just go like this, and then just kind of dazed, and I just look like I'm about to pass out.
So Alaric and Deckard, you see this from where you're at. Juniper, you do as well. You've watched Ragnar kind of running across the thing. Thornton, you also see this. So everybody sees it. Ragnar's out in the open. This flaming skull is blasting everybody. And Thornton, it's your turn.
Oh, shit. What do you think, Sparty? It doesn't look so good, does it?
No.
No.
Down. Ragnar just took a licking.
Okay. What was that spell I used? The protection from energy.
The color red.
It's a box.
It's a box. It's a backpack. Is it? It's my cousin Vinny. I need to watch this again.
It's good to go back and revisit them every couple of years.
It's not good.
I wonder how they hold up.
No,
Like
They
we'll
do.
find it funny due to nostalgia, but if you showed somebody, who'd never seen them, are they like ridiculous or they love them?
that's true. That's a good point.
Depends on your kind of humor. I feel like that's our kind of humor.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna touch myself and use protection
it.
from energy.
Okay.
And protection from Deckard.
And it's gonna be against fire damage because they don't like fire.
Fine.
Okay, so real quick, now that's a concentration spell that you had previously cast on Thoradin or on
Alaric,
Alaric.
yeah,
So
right.
currently you are concentrating on maintaining that aura on Alaric for fire damage. You're welcome
Yeah.
to recast it on yourself and
Yeah.
change
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
that. Okay. All right. So click off that spell slot, and you're using what type of damage?
It's gonna be fire.
That's probably a good idea.
I don't want to go on fire
Fires and fire tires.
and fire
All right.
tires and wires.
So you move, and then you touch yourself and are protected from fire.
Hell yeah, brother! That's how we're gonna play this.
You move and then you
and
touch
then-
yourself.
And I'm protected from fire, and that's what we're gonna do. Now I would yell, Ragnar, you might want to get back, lad. I'll get Helga. Unless you want to be a sausage, a cooked fried sausage tonight.
I'll get right on that, you bastard. Taking all the damage here.
And that's it for Thoradin.
Okay. Yeah, you're about 20 feet away from Ragnar at this point. Spargle, Thoradin ran forward. You saw him cast something on himself. You see all this go down. It's your turn.
Oh, let's see here. What's my range on? 90. All right. Let's see. I can move. I'm at 25, so I'm gonna go. I think right there is probably. Can I go like to this square and kind of like try to use a little bit of cover because I'm. That's not really. No, that's. Oh wait, that's from the middle of it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, I can't really go that far. All right, I'm gonna go like right here by this. That's a column, right? Dan?
Yes, that's an intact column that goes all the way to the ceiling. You could use that as cover. Yep.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a chromatic orb on this thing.
Okay.
Do I know what the nature of this thing is? Looking at it, I mean,
You can make an arc.
Well, I'm thinking fire is probably not the best idea. Do I know anything about this?
I mean, without rolling anything, you definitely know that it's on fire and been shooting fire out of its face. You can make a Arcana check to see if you know more about
This
its
creature?
nature. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just busy shooting fire out of my face.
Natural 20, so 29.
Oh shit!
You know his social security
okay.
number.
You know who his mother was.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was his mother? I'd like to know that.
Who was Flaming
Good
Skull's
thought.
mother?
Mrs. Flaming Skull.
Mrs.
Obviously.
Flaming Skull. Obviously, yes.
Her name's Linda. She's a seamstress.
And she's got a big fat cock.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Oh, I wasn't muted for that. Whoops.
You know, Sparkle, that dark spellcasters fashion flame skulls from the remains of dead wizards. When the ritual is complete, green flames erupt from the skull to complete its ghastly transformation. You know that blazing green flames and mad echoing laughter follow a disembodied skull as it patrols its domain. When the undead flame skull discovers trespassers, it blasts intruders with fiery eye rays from its eyes, and dreadful spells crawl up from the dark recesses of its memory. Now that you get a line, like you see this thing very clearly, you suddenly realize from your past that you're very familiar with what a flame skull is, and I guess the main thing that you know is that they are the undead skulls of wizards that have been like reanimated into these death constructs.
Wow. Okay.
And you know also that they are. I would also, with a natural 20, you know that they are immune to fire, poison, and cold.
Okay.
Cannot hurt them.
Okay.
Completely resilient to those things.
Poison, cold. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try chromatic orb. And then I'll do thunder damage. And see if I hit it. 18.
The hit.
Okay. A lot of ones. 25.
A 25. So, and I'm going to tell you one more thing that you know about flame skulls after this. So the thunder damage. So it's got these two bolts sticking into it, which have caused fractures in its skull.
Yeah.
The thunder itself seems to basically vibrate around the skull and cause this huge crack, this very loud noise, as the skull explodes on those fracture lines, and pieces of it just splinter apart and fall to the ground, completely lifeless and no longer flaming, just chunks of skull.
Okay.
As it dies, and you feel good about your.
Oh, it's dead.
Move.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it is dead. But another thing you recall is that unless the remains of a flame skull are somehow desecrated with some holy thing, or dispelled, or the curse itself is handled, that a flame skull will bring itself back to life, or reassemble itself in some time.
It'll be like T1000. It'll
Yes,
just coalesce.
that's actually a really good analogy. The pieces will pull back together and it'll fly off,
So we're gonna have a response
perhaps.
if we take too long in here.
I'm going to share that with the group. These things will
Yeah.
come back, even the ones that maybe the ones they defeated upstairs. I'm worried about. Maybe we talk to that wizard.
So with that, combat is ended, so you guys can chat now. Juniper, it was your turn next, but party took care of everything, so you're welcome to do something as well.
Yeah, Juniper, she sees Halwa kind of fall down the stairs motionless, and she just looks aghast, and she goes running forward to check on her. But yeah, is she alive?
So you get to her, and she is alive, but barely. So she's out cold, and she's got burns all over her body, and she's also and seems to be, her breaths are slowing, very
Okay, so
shallow.
Juniper turns around in a rush and motions to Ragnar and Thornton and Sparkle to come closer.
I'll definitely come closer. Actually, I'm going to approach the chromatic orb and try to dispel magic.
Did we hear Spargle say about it has to be desecrated with the holy stuff?
Yeah.
Everyone,
Tell
but I would say Alaric and Decker didn't quite catch it because they're up in the statue, and can't really make out what everybody's saying that clearly. But the rest of you heard that.
So I would just sashay over to Thornton and tell him maybe use the symbol to dispel the skull.
Yeah, can do I know what would work or not? Like I know it has to be something has to happen, and otherwise it'll come back, right?
Yeah, you just know you don't know the specifics. I kind of gave you a lot with that alone, but
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fair. I do.
Ladies done talking, or you want to come over here? Come on, guys.
It's
Sparkle,
not my
you're
turn. It's not my turn yet.
Not initiative.
Yeah,
We're
no, we're
out
out of
of
initiatives.
that.
You guys can do whatever. Whoever wants to do something, just call it out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to come over here before I cast my heal.
I
I'll walk
came over
over.
there.
Yeah. All right, so I can target up to 6. I'm going to target Spargle, Ragnar, Thoradin, and Helwa. And, myself. Why not? And it's going to be 3d8 plus my spellcasting modifier.
Nice.
Damn, nice heal. What are you doing? Mass cure wounds?
Yeah. I clicked cast, everything grayed out, and it didn't roll anything for me.
I swear I saw something.
Let me see. Oh, wait, no, that's Sparkle.
24.
Oh, well, try it again.
Yeah, I'll just unclick the spell slot and try it again. Oh, good, it did it again!
Huh?
Yep, I'm just gonna, let's see. It was 3d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. Let's
3d8
see.
plus 3.
1, 2, 3, plus 3. So everybody gets that much health back.
All right, so what's that? 24.
10, 18, yeah.
Damn, nice.
Nice.
That's a level 5 spell. That's pretty huge.
If it was level 6, we would have gotten even more. There's like a little bonus for 6.
Everybody take that, whatever health you want there, or take that amount of healing. And Helwa does, she's like, again, her breaths were starting to become very shallow. You see the singe marks and the burns and stuff. Some of them like close up. Her breathing becomes more like within seconds, just comes back to normal as this wave of healing rolls over her, and she opens her eyes and looks around a little bit scared. Looks over at the busted up skull next to her, seeing it, and seeing you guys all around her, and the skull on the ground shattered. Seems to relax a little bit, and she slumps down on the steps and looks up at you, Juniper, and says, "Thank you, little lady."
Not a problem at all. You said all of your friends were dead?
She like rubs her eyes for a second. She says, "Yeah, we took out 2 of them up there, but yeah, we were no match."
Mm. Well, it sounds like, from what my friend Sparkle is saying, that they're gonna come back even if you did take them out. So maybe we should all stick together.
She looks like she's a tough woman, ripped and hasn't shown any fear at all. But when you say that they could come back, you see a look in her eye that's like concerned. But she says, "Yeah, I'm with you."
Can you take me to where the other ones were? Can I scoop up it's whatever skull fragments and?
Yeah, they're right up there. She points to the top of the stairs. And she gets up, and she seems like she gets up gingerly, and then she's surprised at how good she feels now that she's healed, and she's able to sort of bound up the stairs. And if you follow her,
Yeah, I scoop up all its little brain parts and then follow her.
Oh, so you're grabbing the remnants of this flame skull and go and carry him up there. Okay, so yeah, that takes you a minute to like gather them all up, or just hold them in your arms.
I'll just take front of my robes even, and just go and you see little gnome parts, and I just run up.
Yeah. So you got your robes all, like this bundle of like smashed up skull parts in your robe. You follow her up to the top of the stairs, and you get up to the floor above, which I guess I'll kind of take us there real quick. Yeah, I should, because it'll show you what's up here. I'm not going to move tokens and shit around at this.
Oh shit! Is there that many flame skulls? Are those? The little things. I see. I gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are seeing this room now, but you come into this room, Sparkle. You follow Helwa. Just ignore the tokens for now because it's too much work. And the walls of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor are sheathed in amber. The southern half of the hall is scorched by fire, and a charred corpse lies on the floor under a burned fur cloak. Several amber doors lead from this room. So this room's got, like, when you walk into the room, you see doors all along the east and west, and a big set of double doors to the north. And then you see her friends, the berserkers, the barbarian folk that you met before. Most of them, or you see like, what is it, 5 of them just dead. I mean, they're clearly dead. Most of them are like charred corpses, not even really recognizable anymore. But as you're kind of like looking around the room, you also notice 2 more skulls that are, one is laying on the ground, lifeless, but has a big axe sticking in its skull still. And then there's another one off to the side that looks like it's been smashed into a couple pieces.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a pile of all the skull parts. Okay? And I'm just gonna make a pile, and then I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay. Let me see what this does. And Dispel Magic is looking for it on your sheet. Where you got
3rd level.
Third level Dispel Magic. Okay, go ahead and click off your spell.
Okay.
Okay. So you gather up this pile of broken skull parts into one big pile. You cast Dispel Magic over it, and the chunks of skull themselves disintegrate into almost like a sandy ash. And that's what you're left with. All the skull parts just turn into a big pile of ash.
Okay. I'll just ask Helen. That was all of them, right?
Yeah, she's trying to take in everything that's going on, and now that she sees her companions again, she seems a little bit unnerved. But she says, "Yeah, there were 3 in here. We heard the chieftain shouting, and we knew something was wrong, and we had to do something. So we just stormed the room. It was my command. It's my responsibility."
You're heroes. You and your men are heroes. I don't know. Put my hand on her arm, know that you've definitely saved our lives. And
yeah, you're right. These aren't my lost companions. These are martyrs to the chieftain Kavan. They've given their lives for the greatest cause of our people.
Right.
Juniper kind of peeks her head in the door to, add to the conversation. She goes, well, if maybe there's one of them that you liked better than the rest, you could bring it with us and I can bring them back. Can't promise what state they'll be in, but it doesn't seem like a good idea for me to sit here and cast it for an hour with all of these skulls in here, so we should probably bring them with us.
Well, I certainly would. If there were a chance to save any of them, I would do that. As should I just bring their body with us?
Yeah, you should probably bring it somewhere a little bit safer. We have up to 10 days to revive them, so maybe we can just store them somewhere safe?
She points to the room that you all cut through. Is the room that you were in? You met them in initially. That had the wolf in it, and it was their like kind of hideout. And so she says, "Well, maybe if I drag Micah back into the other room, we could. There's a chance we could save him."
Yeah, absolutely. I've never tried it before, but there's always a first time. And I'm sure he'll be fine.
Her confidence starts to dip a little bit, and she looks at you like maybe you're crazy, but she's so confused and willing to do anything to it sounds like such a great opportunity. You see her walk over to one of the bodies and kind of gingerly pick it up. It's pretty light because it's mostly been burned. And she takes it into the room that they were in and puts it into a bedroll and kind of like lays the body down. And then she puts like a big heavy blanket over it to kind of like cover it and says, yes, my friend, if there's any chance we can save Micah, I would do anything.
Yeah, you worked so hard to help us. It would be a shame just to let him go.
She gives you like a nod and seems better about what's happened here at this point. And at that, what do you want to do?
Do we want to keep exploring? Do we want to question Heinrich, the guy in the tower?
I want to question Heinrich for sure.
Okay, I'll take us back down to where we're at here. So Deckard and Alaric, you are closest to Heinrich. What are the rest of you doing now that the little encounter at the steps is sort of over?
I'm moving over towards the statue.
Is that what everybody's doing? Is everybody kind of just congregating at the base of the statue? Does anyone want to do anything different than that?
No.
Okay. Then everybody heads back over. And Deckard, Alaric, who's talking to the old man, who's just kind of now just standing on this staircase, just watching everything that happens.
I'm thinking probably me at this point, just because like Deckard was not that long ago firing off sniper bolts from the islet, and I guess I threw the javelin too. I whatever, however you want to do it.
Yeah, you've been talking to him, so he's just standing there in the staircase. So what would you like to say to him or do with him?
So he was heading back down the... Okay.
He was just getting out of your guys' way, really.
Because he didn't really have a goal. He was just like, let me get out of your way.
Yeah.
What do we see? Are there like controls up here? What do we...
How thoroughly do you just want to know what you see, or you?
Yeah,
I would actually like to get in on that, not to meta, but that was my goal. Once I remember a few turns ago when I was walking up there, I wasn't necessarily trying. I wanted to just see what the hell was going on up there, outside of Henrik.
So
I'm in
you
on
don't
that.
see- Yes. So you guys, initially, what you see is not a lot. A hollowed out inside of a skull with 2 big holes in it. There's no mechanisms, no contraptions, no levers, no buttons. It's just an open skull opening, or little room kind of thing. So that's all you see.
Okay.
The guy himself, he's an old, frail, weird-looking mage. He's got like what look like wizard robes on, but they have all kinds of crazy-looking, haphazard patches all over them. Whether it's just been repaired over time or some fashion statement or whatever, is super weird. He's wearing like gold, fancy-looking, like thick gold-rimmed glasses that have like pink quartz lenses, which give him a little bit of like a pink, like
Kind of like a pimp
pink,
look.
a little bit of a pimp look. That's about it.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I would go back down to him on the stairs if he's still there, and I don't know what else to say to him, but I would just I don't want to scare him, so I'm not gonna like threaten him, ish, harshly. I would say, Henrik, we're gonna need some more information. What's going on here? You told me you work for what was it? Alamar?
You have a brother named
You're
Alvar.
up here
Sandy?
just shooting magical spells all over the place. We're gonna need a little bit more information. And I guess at this point, Lark would be a little bit more threatening. I'm not saying I'm gonna like put a spear to his jugular, but I don't know. Yeah.
All right. So what are you gonna say to him or ask him?
Henrik, we're gonna need a little bit more information about what's going on here, what you do, and who your boss is. If you can remember, of course.
Oh yeah, sharp as a tack. I remember it all. My boss is the Archmage Alamar. My job that he assigned to me, not too long ago, or maybe a very long time ago. Maybe. Or,
Not too long ago, or
What-
maybe a long time ago.
well, he said, "Don't let anybody pass this room. There's evil, dark magic in this place, and we can't let anybody, just anybody come in here and take it, do bad things."
Is that all he says?
So far.
Am I near them?
I'm gonna get a.
Yeah, you hear all this, Deckard. You're standing right
So
next to him.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna threaten him. I'm going to. I don't know the exact positioning. I'm going to like grab him by the collar of his shirt. You said it was his robes. I grab him if I can, or put my hand on his neck and like push him up against the wall. I'm not trying to kill him, but I'm gonna say, we're gonna need you to remember some more details about Alamar and what you're protecting here. And if you can't remember, if you could point us in the right direction, that'd be great.
Are you
I'm ready to fucking kill him.
So are you threatening? Like, do you want to roll a persuade or intimidation?
Yeah, I don't want to draw any weapons, but yeah, I want to intimidate him.
Okay, go ahead and roll your intimidation check.
Yeah.
Hey, come here and say hi to everybody. They want to see your shirt. I think Will and Matt and Ragnar are in. And
Nice,
his brother
dude.
Cal will
Oh,
love
that's
it.
awesome.
Love the
Oh,
Zelda jammies.
yeah.
They're awesome.
They're all saying it's awesome.
The hero of the skies.
The hero of the skies. They called you.
Yeah, what version of Link is that?
That's Skyward Sword Link.
Skyward Sword Link? Is that what that is? Colin approves. All right. I am. Good night, buddy. Love you too. Thanks.
Love you, buddy.
What was your intimidation roll?
Oh, hold on, I'm wrong. I just want to make sure I don't. I think I just get a bonus to it. I don't do this enough, apparently. Game proficiency. Okay. Fucking kidding me. 9.
A 9. He says, what? Wait, what? I'm sorry. What did you ask him specifically when you threatened him? What?
I was just trying to get more information about Alamar and why he was trying to kill us. No. What did I say? Fuck.
Nice.
More details on what's being protected.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. About when he's talking about protecting the dark magics of the place. That's what I was trying to get out of him.
Yeah. So he his eyes go real wide-eyed when you grab him, and he's like, "Oh, well, geez, you don't have to get so rough. I know that there was the fireballs and stuff, but I didn't know who you were. I don't know the dark magics. I'm not a high enough station to even see them myself. I could be tempted by them, and I've never been past this room. I wouldn't go past it either. You guys should probably just leave. This place is crazy.
Can I hear them?
You saw those skulls, and they're everywhere in here.
Oh, shit.
Can I hear him from where I am? I'm not sure at the bottom.
Yeah, no, you guys are all in this conversation. You guys are all around the base of the statue. The statue's only, 40 feet tall, so they've come down halfway. You're kind of like standing in this little stairway, and everybody's having this conversation with this old man.
I would ask him, do you control the skulls?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. I don't know where those things came from, and I stay away from them. They're dangerous.
Do you know how many there are?
They're all over the place in here.
How do you eat? Where'd your food come from?
Nice.
I like that.
I don't know. You'd be surprised how many little critters come through here that are not too bad. They're not too bad. You get used to them.
Feasting on good berries, huh?
Do you have Deckard yawns? You have no idea how long you've been here?
Yeah, well, of course I do. I've been here exactly, he like feels his beard. I had a beard, right? His beard's long and white. He goes, I had white hair, I think. And then he's lost in thought again at that question.
What's his name? Henrik? Or Heinrich?
Henrik.
Henrik, do you know of the Order of the Silver Dragon?
Ah, yes. Dragon. Yes, of course I do. It's silver. Right?
Nice.
You ever
That's good.
you ever been to Argynvostholt?
Yes. I love it there. I have family there.
Oh boy.
Throughout
anymore, you don't.
all of these things that are being said, I don't know what I got to do it, but I would like to. I want to see if he's telling the truth. I want to do a. What are we calling that?
Insight?
Insight. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
go
an
ahead.
insight check if that's a thing I can do.
You certainly can.
Okay. Like, is that is that something that would tell me if he's potentially being truthful or not? And or is it just that he's out of his fucking mind?
I think he's been here a long time.
And I agree, but I want to make sure that he's not just
A plant?
Yeah.
playing
In
us
insight
that
check-
hard.
Yeah, an insight check would be you trying to discern
truthfulness, find what he
the
said.
nature, the general nature of his. Yep,
Okay.
you can go ahead and roll that.
Natural 20.
Fine.
You know everything.
So now I should know if he's being truthful or not.
All right, I'm gonna Discord you. Okay.
Okay. And it's raining like a motherfucker. You hearing that, Dan?
Yep, I got
It's
my
like
window
hailing,
open.
dude.
Raining
It's
really bad
freaking me
here,
out.
too.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's raining there too, Amber.
Yeah, it's pouring.
I had no
Huh.
idea.
They might move the Indian team tomorrow.
Well, they're in New
Really?
York tomorrow, right? Obviously, first 2 games.
It's gonna rain. It's gonna
Yeah,
rain.
they're
York getting it
probably.
too?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's probably moving the game to Friday.
I thought we're supposed to get weather on Friday too, though.
Is that
Dude,
the
are
rain?
you guys getting all that noise from Dan's mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
from
is
the
that-
A lot of
weather?
rain.
Is that your keyboard?
Typing very fast.
No, it's just raging outside my window.
Is that what that
Is it
oh, shit.
recklessly raging?
Is it raining here?
Hey, can we take a 5-minute break? Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna see the kid up to bed.
Yeah,
I just
here.
I just
Yeah,
messaged
I got
you, Alaric, so we can debrief on that, and I'll close my window. Let's be back at 10:15.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna order a pizza.
You get some
Yeah,
pizza wheels?
I'm just gonna grab a tombstone. Yeah, and some pizza wheels.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, Will. I don't know if Matt's back, but we, Colin and I, like, we make a big deal about like nerdy like video game stuff when it comes out. So like when the Breath of the Wild 2 like teaser trailer came out, I go down in the home theater, I get it all set up. I'm like, all right, Colin, let's go downstairs. Dude, his jaw was just dropped. Yeah, he just cannot wait. Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, I love that. I can't wait. Like, it's got to be so much fun. Like, I'm getting there with Max. Like, I showed him, like, the Mario trailer for the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he kept going, like, because he beat Mario Odyssey. I helped him with some of it. But, like, at one point he's playing and he's like, Dad, I need help on Bowser. And I'm like, you know, you fight Bowser a bunch of times. And I helped him beat him most of the times. And he's like, yeah, I'm on the last level. I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, yeah, like 4 years old. But he loves Mario. And so we watched the trailer, and he keeps going, Dad, I want to play that game. I want to play that. I want to go to the Penguins.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no, buddy, that wasn't a game. It's a movie. I love it. So, like, does Colin just, like, you guys can just nerd out?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's insane, man. He is like super intelligent. I'm not like bragging or exaggerating. He's like 0.1% in the top of his honors class.
That's
and
awesome.
I call him database because it's insane the amount of shit he knows. I mean, Destiny's like World of Warcraft, like with like
Yeah.
the NPCs and the weapons, and he knows fucking everything. Like his mind, I mean, it's crazy. And I can't remember what happened yesterday. I asked him shit, and he has all these details and stats. I mean, like, so and like part of it. I mean, it's great. It's been great. Part of me is like, too much. Like, is he?
No,
I need to
man.
reel him back a little bit, but I keep talking to Sean. I'm like, he's doing great in school. He's playing sports. He's got friends. I'm like, why should I restrict? If he's keeping up with all this shit and doing what he needs to do and being a good, cool kid, why do I need to put limitations on him? Now, now he knows, like, as soon as he starts slipping, I tell him, I'm like, you can come home, you can get up in the morning, play video games, you come home, play video games, you can do whatever you want because you're keeping up on all these things. I say, as soon as those things start slipping, the game changes. And so that's all I have to say, man. And he comes home, he's doing his homework. I don't have to tell him to do anything. He's like self-motivated because he gets that he has like a good gig going.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And it teaches you a lot, man. Gaming, it teaches you how to think.
You and I and others here who are doing this kind of stuff should write a book or an essay or something. I keep thinking about it. I'm like, this is and we joked about the video games are the new fishing. That should be what the article of the essay is because there are so many life lessons. I'm telling you, like major life lessons that you could do in real life, but mean that there's something really big and traumatic going on. In the gaming world, it's like you can simulate these real life challenges in a safe environment, right? It's like you can fail fighting this boss 20 times. It doesn't really cost you anything in real life, but it teaches you a lesson on perseverance and trial and error, and you fail, but try anyhow and build confidence. And like, I see this kid growing in so many different ways just from playing a fucking video game. I'm like, there's something to it.
Teamwork and cooperative play, and you know what I mean? Like
Teamwork, leadership, communication.
No. They need to go out and they need to play football and they need to get their ass kicked to build character. Trust me, my dad told me.
Yeah, that's no, and that's where,
as long, like you said, as long as he's getting good grades. That's been my problem with Noah forever, is he's gotten fucking good grades forever. So it's like, it's hard for me to be like, you can't have fun anymore. Whereas like I was getting bad grades all the time. So it was easy for our mom to be like, fucking go sit in your bedroom all weekend because you're an idiot.
Our parents also thought gaming was rotting our brains.
That's true. Which is fucking ridiculous because it's not, it's making me think harder than I ever would.
Dude, like Max playing, he plays this Kirby Forgotten Realm game. And there's puzzles and things you have to figure out. And I'll play with him, And he'll have played a level before, and I'm playing the game, and I'm kind of like, he's 4, and he'll be like, Dad, you've got to do this. And I'll be like, no, buddy, I got it, right? And I'll start doing it, and then I'll realize, like, oh my God, he's right. I'm like there's this one thing where you got to, you become a light bulb, it's Kirby, and you have to hold the B button to keep it lit up. And you have to keep hitting it. And I was, like, getting mad at him. I'm like, dude, just hold the button. Just turn the light on. And he goes, no, Dad, I have to keep hitting it. And then I'm like, oh, he's right. Like, figured it out.
The cool thing is that every day of your life, it gets more and more like that, where they're more right and you're less right. To the point that you're like...
Tell you what, you got it. My advice on that, though, for being in the dad role, is tell him he's right. Tell him you were wrong, he was right, he's smart. Because my dad never did that. My dad was always like he'd make up some, like my brother Tim. I'm sure they're not watching the stream, but it's like they're never wrong. They'd make up an excuse. I cannot stand that personality or that behavior. Right. It's just like, you're fucking wrong, especially when it's something like a video.
Admit when you're wrong about something on any level, right? No, that's good.
We should write a book on it, because there's just like moments. I think I put the video in the Slack once. Like Max did this thing where anytime he encountered someone difficult in Breath of the Wild, and he's playing my character, so he's got all the stuff. Like, he's not gonna die. But if it was a tough thing, he would teleport away. He would just teleport.
Just avoid the problem instead of confronting it.
And one day I'm sitting there watching him play, and I'm like, no, dude, you're not teleporting. Like, you're gonna go fight him. I'm like, hit the button. And he got beat up a lot, but it was one of those big dudes that, like, teleports around. They show up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he did it, and he was so happy. I'm like, see, like, you can beat it. And it was like a teaching moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll translate that into real life when he thinks that there's something that he cannot do. He's like, I can't do it. I just got to give up. And he'll be like, I fucking beat that Lionel on the top of whatever plateau. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to beat this fucking chemistry test or whatever it is. Yep.
Fuck those Lionels, man.
They are tough.
I never beat one. I waited till Colin figured it out. Right. Amber, you back?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So, Alaric, you're getting a little bit more assertive with this fellow, and asked him some stuff, and he kind of like stammered through an answer. Seems very confused and seems to be not very clear on what's going on around here.
Okay. And we are like face-to-face talking, right? Correct?
Yep.
I'm going to grab him by the neck and slam him up against the stairwell wall.
Okay.
Kind of viciously, and then I'm going to tell him that I need to know. I need you to really dig deep and tell me what you know.
Okay, well, so you pick him up, and you grab him, and you shove him up against the wall, like off the ground, or whatever you're doing. So you grab him you're grabbing him forcefully, and you're pushing him, and then you start, as soon as you grab him forcefully and push him up against the wall, your hands suddenly like go through him to the wall as he's completely disappeared.
Wait. He disappears?
Oh.
Thornton and Juniper, make a perception check. Juniper, you're kind of like standing outside the base of the statue and you hear all this going on, and in typical fashion, maybe you're not that concerned with the conversation. You're at this balcony from above has fallen into rubble, and it's all this really pretty black onyx, so maybe you're like looking at some rocks and stuff, and you happen to look up, and out of the corner of your eye in the room with all the crazy that had the crazy like poltergeists and stuff, which is now calmed down. You see the man who was up in the statue now standing sort of behind a broken crate in that room, and he looks out at you and makes eye contact with you.
Juniper waves.
He looks at you waving, and he winks, and you hear him mumble something, and then disappears.
Oh, that was kind of neat. I remember him being in there before. I wonder who that was.
Yeah, that's perfect, actually. That's exactly what you're like, huh, that's weird. Why is that little old man in there? And then he just blinks away, just disappears out of thin air.
Well, she will pocket some of the rocks, but otherwise she would kind of elbow Thoradin and Sparkle and go, "You guys see that guy in the window there? He's gone now, but he was there a minute ago.
In there?
He was in the room with all the skulls that were in it. He was a little man. He had a great big beard."
Hold on, sweet cheeks. Alaric's trying to get some info out of this ruffian.
Oh. Well, maybe I can help. Very
Careful in
intimidating.
there. That's where all that swirling ghost stuff was when we were in there before. They didn't seem too happy when we walked in that room. That's the room you went into, right, Dan? The
That's
poltergeists.
Yep, that's where Juniper spotted him.
Oh, he was with the poltergeist and not in the skull room.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So
Yeah,
he was
but
like
behind the statue.
Oh, okay.
yeah, behind the statue, like right about here. He was just like you glanced up, picking up rocks and stuff, and you saw him for a moment. You thought the old man was up in the statue talking to Alaric, but then you looked up and there he was, standing in front of you in that room. And then he was like mumbling something or doing something with his mouth and disappeared.
Yeah, I should kind of, in simple terms, repeat that to Sparkle and Thoradin. Yeah, there's a guy that was in the room right over there, and he had a great big beard, and he was wearing a robe, and it looked like he was talking to himself, but he's gone now. Did you guys see him?
Ah, Junie, what have you been smoking this time?
Well, we would have seen him disappear, right?
Only Juniper saw it.
No, not appear in there, but we saw him disappear when we were talking to him.
Yeah.
Right,
Anybody who was at the base of the statue, particularly Alaric, who picked him up, saw him just vanish. And
I was
Alaric,
asking him stuff too.
right, both of you did. And Alaric, you know, he didn't like turn invisible or something like that. You had hands on him, and then you were grasping like nothing. Yes. I can't hear you right now.
Oh, that's because I'm muted. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was just
But yeah,
agreeing with
okay.
you. All good.
Got it. Yep.
Looks like you did that trick that you do, Thoradin,
Which trick would that be, lad?
where you disappear and come back somewhere else.
Misty
I
step.
didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah, us dwarves have quite the keen ability to disappear and reappear.
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's a dwarven thing? Ragnar, can you disappear and reappear?
I think he's eating too many teeth, lass. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh.
He's licking mold on walls. He doesn't know which way is up.
And she kind of pats Thoradin on the shoulder and she goes, "It's okay. I get confused sometimes too."
The old guy said he had family in Argynvost. When we went there, it was a ruin, filled with skeletons and dead paladins. I think the old man's been here a long time, very long.
Yeah, he seems to be down to a few marbles too.
Dan, what do you think? What's your take?
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Guy seems crazy to me.
All right, cool.
What was his name in Owlbear Run? Dan's character?
Oh,
Okay.
Dan.
Lord
Kaelin?
Craven.
No, not
that
Craven.
one. You had that wizard that was talking to his book.
Yeah, he played the young boy. I have it in my notes.
I don't remember what his name was.
I got
He was awesome. I love that character. Shut up, book.
I don't know about you.
Kale,
guys.
oh yeah, Kale Duper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Kale Duper. Angsty little kid with a talking spell book.
I like that character.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
Well, now that he's gone.
You guys think we should take a rest?
I was going to say that too. He said he doesn't let anyone go past this room. And he said the skulls are all over the place.
Yeah.
And none of us are in any condition to deal with that right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we go up in the statue.
Is there room for us in there?
I think so.
Man, it would be pretty tight.
Oh, we're all friends here.
It's going to get really ripe in there.
I can do
yeah.
my hut, to protect us, but unless you're thinking he might try to get back in there or something. Are you worried, Alaric, that he might go back in his and try to nuke us again?
Well, the way I'm looking at it is he just disappeared, so I don't think it matters where the fuck we go.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to assume he could reappear wherever he wants.
True.
We could go back to the room where the barbarians were.
Yeah, they had been resting there. That's not a
But
good
then-
idea.
We do have to go past this statue again. In case he sets up again.
Well, I mean, right where we're at, then we're out of the view, and before we move deeper, we could always just check in there. I mean, I'm not too worried about anything getting in the hut that I can create. But you had a good point. If we go up in that room, we may have to go through this whole room again. Through that hurt last time. This fire.
Yeah, if he reappears back in there.
I think in this corner we wouldn't get hit, even if he was up in there.
Just don't go in the other room.
Yeah, that's a good point. Are you guys okay with that? Does that sound like a good take a rest?
I'm a little beat up.
I could always use a break.
Could take a nap. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start doing the ritual then and create my Leo's tiny hut, Dan.
Okay. And where are you doing that?
I'm thinking like in this kind of area, like really like kind of where we're at. Like I want to be out of this space. I don't want to go near that room, but like you know what I mean. Like right there is that. It's like a 10-foot dome. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So how many people can you fit in this hut?
Like, let me look again. I think it was 8, but let me check.
Oh, okay.
We got Helwa too.
Yeah. 9 creatures of medium size.
No, there you go. That gets you. What do you have? 7 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a tight squeeze, and yeah, it's probably not the best smelling hut at this point. And that takes you about like 10 minutes to kind of summon.
Yep.
And then, all right. So why don't you describe kind of what you do there and what happens? And everything.
Yeah, you start seeing me start casting, and I kind of go around this circle, and then you see like almost like it's almost like runes kind of start to glow on the ground in a circular path as I go around it, and then you see. And I, it's around us. I tell you guys, come in here. And as I go around in the circle around us here, it starts to glow, and then you just see like a shimmer go over us as like a dome, and we can see out, but they can't necessarily see in. I'm making it like opaque, so they can't see into our space, but it's very comfortable and it's dry. And it's basically a force field. So we have this dome over us now.
So the dome is opaque from the outside, of any color you choose. So what color is it?
I can make it whatever I want, right?
Yeah. So what color? Yeah, what color
I
is
just
it?
make it like gray, like try to somewhat camouflage it, like like whatever the surrounding rock is.
I dig it. Okay. So you guys are all in this like protective dome. You can see out very clearly. But Spargle assures you that no one can see in. It's a little tight, but all 7 of you are in this dome and can take a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Does anyone want to do anything besides rest? Are you all just collapsing and sleeping for 6 to 8 hours, or does anyone have anything they want to do during this rest period?
I'm gonna mess with that spell book a little bit, but
Okay.
Lark's
So
not
how's
gonna
that
do
gonna
anything
work?
but sleep.
Okay, then you get, whoever's just taking your long rest, go ahead and take your long rest, get your hit points back, your spells back, all that good stuff. Spargle, what does that mean in terms of your time? Like, do you get healing, and then you need to spend some time with are you resting or spending time with the spell book, or what?
rest mostly. Yeah, I need to rest, so I need to get most of the night here. I was only like thinking like doing like one spell at a time. I gotta look at the list of stuff here also.
This doesn't recover all your HP, right?
It does.
Long. You said long rest? Yeah, it should.
Yeah. If is that what you guys are doing? Are you guys spending a good 6-8 hours in this hut just to get a good full night's sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
Look here.
Yeah, then you get your long
I can
rest.
take
full
it.
health,
Okay.
spell slots back. Yeah, you can take it. Spargle, I'd say let's give you like 2 hours towards the spell research, and then you get your full long rest to heal.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to look and see as far as like how long it takes and everything like that too, but
It's such a long, ongoing process. You and I can figure that offline. We'll just remember you had this long rest, and we'll figure out what you did with the spell transcribing
cool.
then.
yeah, that works.
Okay, so you can take your full long rest too, and assume that you had 2 hours that you spent transcribing spells.
That makes sense. Okay.
Okay. So everybody gets their long rest. You're in the
I have
middle of
a
this cold,
quick
crazy
question.
temple. Yeah.
This is a stupid question, but Spargle, didn't you give me like pipes or something a long time ago?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to teach you how to do the pipes, like every time we rest.
Okay. I never remembered to write that down, so I'm gonna keep that in mind for next time.
I'll give you the here.
What it is? Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in
So
the
I
chat.
remember.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I should
You
be
should have
focusing on
them, Ragnar. You should have them, and you should know what they are. You just don't have the ability to play an instrument until you've spent so much time practicing, and then you'll be able to actually use that item. So
that. I think I forgot to write it down in my inventory, and then forgot I had it.
yeah, same thing though with Spargle's spellbook transcribing. Let's assume you spent if you want to, spent 2 hours dicking around with that instrument, and then we'll figure out offline your progress.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Wait.
You see what I messaged you there?
Yep.
So okay. So just add that to your
All right.
inventory.
You guys wake up, assuming you're done with the dome. After 8 hours, it comes down. You guys wake up. You feel great. You feel refreshed. Nothing's changed in this room. It's still cold. It's still dark. You don't see the old man anywhere, and it's actually really quiet. What would you like to do?
Um.
I kind of want to go explore this room next door with the statues.
Yeah, we probably should explore a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
At this point now, the things have calmed down. Yeah.
Yeah, we know at least 3 skulls are dead.
Which door are you thinking?
Oh god. I'm not picking because last time I picked something, I chose downstairs and we almost died.
Yeah, I think we have to though. You know, we had to go this way probably. What's this one right here? Is there there's no word that's underneath
Yeah. So the statue's in the middle of the room, and at one point there were 2 big balconies flanking the statue. Where you guys are all at, one of those balconies is collapsed into broken black onyx all over the place. That other side where you just pinged, there's a set of closed double doors underneath an intact balcony.
Okay. All right. Dan, I'm gonna move like to that spot there. And I'm gonna
Okay.
try that wand again.
Okay.
Because I don't trust this door.
Bear with me here. There's a lot to this. Okay. Let me see. So what does this wand do again? Let me read what
30
it
feet
says.
around me, I see if there's any traps or if there's any doors or anything. It'll pulse and point to it.
Deckard's just wandering around over here.
All right. Yeah, you're not finding too much over there, Deckard. Spargle, the wand doesn't detect anything.
Okay.
Actually, I can't see anything in here, can I, Dan?
Unless you have a light source, you're not seeing too far away. It is
Can I
really
light it?
dark.
Can I light a torch?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Torch.
And you can see 30 feet around you as you walk around. Spargle, the Wand of Secrets doesn't really detect anything, but as you get closer, you see that these are huge amber doors that seem sealed very solidly.
Well,
There's not like an ounce of light or gap or air space or anything around this doorway.
if I put my ear up to it, do I hear anything inside?
You can make a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, 7.
You don't hear anything.
What? All right, I walk back. I don't hear anything at that door. It doesn't seem to have any traps any near the door or anything. But I mean, it's pretty big.
Huge doors. Huge, thick doors coated in that amber glaze.
You guys want to go a different way? I don't really care. I think we gotta explore more, but I don't know where.
I'll check it out.
We're here anyway. We might as well.
Okay. Might need some help with that door. Not too strong.
I walk over to one side of the door.
You see me like pushing it, and the door like doesn't really move.
Make a strength check.
Okay.
Just because it's comical for Sparkle to do so.
A 10.
It does not budge. Feels like you're pushing up against the side of a mountain.
Turn all purple and nothing moves.
Laura, want to come put a shoulder in this?
Yeah, I could use some help.
I'll go help. If I'm close enough and hear that, I would help.
Yep, we're not in a turn order, so you can freely walk over to it. And Alaric, you're going to try to push it open?
Yeah, I'll help.
All right.
Why don't we try to
Strength.
push it together?
All right. May one of you make a strength check with advantage?
I'll do it.
I move out of the way. I see this big guy's
Oh,
coming.
7.
So Ragnar and Alaric, the two of the most muscular of the group, pull up to this giant set of stone doors and start pushing up against it. Did you roll?
Yep.
Why am I not seeing rolls?
I don't see his roll.
What the fuck, dude? I mean, it pops up right here on my log.
Are you
I rolled
rolling to
advantage,
stealth
a
only?
7 and a 14. What?
Is it like self only? Are you rolling to like self only or to everyone? There's like some way you can do
I
that
don't-
sometimes.
I don't think so. I mean,
Like when you click on the die and it says to
no,
everyone.
it's checked to, and you said advantage, and it says everyone, not self. I don't know why that doesn't come through.
Amber, is yours working too? Is yours still being weird?
No, let me try it again.
Maybe
Let me just see what it
something's
does.
going on.
I did
Now I see
advantage,
it.
and it's
I see
and
it
No,
now.
I did that.
It was
Oh.
defaulted to
And
everyone.
I rolled a natural 20 for you.
Okay, that comes through.
Yeah, we'll take that roll.
So no, I rolled better than that. Just so you know, I rolled I rolled a 7 and a 14 with my modifier, so that technically would have been better.
No, I still didn't see anything come through for you.
Take a screenshot.
Yeah, I can't see his stuff, and it actually doesn't look like Spargle's in the campaign at all on my screen.
Uh-oh.
Fuck, dude.
Is this something we need to know?
Yeah, if you go up to game log and then click on campaign Vintage Curse of Strahd, it doesn't have Spargle's name there for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see
You're
you
right.
either.
It doesn't for me.
But you saw me roll before, right?
Yeah.
Well, I see.
think-
I see Steve Weir's Spargle the Gnome Wizard,
Do you see my
but I don't see his character name.
the 10 that I rolled for my
Yeah.
strength?
You rolled a save, by the way, too, Punch. You should have rolled a strength ability check.
Oops. Oh, that would have been one less too. So it would have been a 9. Sorry, Dan.
None of my rolls came through for you, Dan.
Nope. The last roll I see from you is an insight check 38 minutes ago.
Same.
Okay, I mean, if you look at my stream, you could see my intimidation check that I rolled a 9, my insight check that I rolled a 22 39 minutes ago, and then this
Wait,
is not-
scroll down. Down to the bottom.
I am at the bottom.
More on the bottom. It's cut off on on this Twitch stream. Oh, there you go. So I see the 25 I rolled. I don't see anything else for you. I rolled that just to see. I rolled it on your sheet. The 25. I see Spargle's save. I don't see anything for. Where do you see yours? I see your insight check 22. I'm looking at your stream right now.
No, I know. I see it. I did a strength check with advantage, and I rolled it.
And when you click
There you
roll,
go.
does it say
No, look here. It just did it again. Here, I'll bring the screen over. Look at this. Look at this. A 19 and an 8. Advantage is 29. It didn't come through on the fucking game log. See it? You see it on my
Hold
stream.
on. I don't, because I'm out of sync. Hold on.
I'll leave my main character sheet up on the stream. So it shows that I rolled a 19 and an 8 with advantage. So it'd be a 19 plus 10, which is 29. And it's not coming through on the game log. It's just like
Okay.
randomly not doing it.
Okay, you also rolled a save. So just either in the game log or on Roll20, just do a D20 and add 5.
This whole D&D thing is kind of new. I think they're ironing out the bugs.
Gary Gygax has to figure it out.
I do. I wonder if there's something
Gotcha.
going on with it, like because
So-
Juniper's having something.
Yeah.
You guys can't see me. I didn't know you couldn't see me. I see myself in the log.
Wow, that's hilarious. I just got the same roll. So I rolled a strength check properly with advantage, and it was 25, which was the same as the last roll. Does that make sense?
All right, what did you roll? A 25?
A 1 and a 20 on my strength check. Literally
Okay.
right click strength, hit advantage, hit roll.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, you roll up and you start. So with Ragnar getting down low and helping push, and Alaric up top, you both start pushing, and you're like, this ain't going anywhere. And then suddenly there's this little bit of the slightest bit of a movement and a shift as these doors give a little bit. Ragnar digs in deep, gets his center of gravity even lower, and puts his shoulder into it as Alaric just and manages to push the door open enough that you could get through it, but you actually expend all of your energy just to get it that far. These doors are so massive, and now that they're open, you see that they're a good 24 inches thick. And it's granite on granite or stone on stone, all covered in amber. It's amazing that you were even able to get it that far open. But you do. And you see, you two, you can move yourself over there, Alaric, if you'd like.
Okay.
So you look into this room. And you see that there are piles of treasure heaped up against the east and west. I don't know why my Twitch is just way behind. You see that there are piles of treasure. You see those piles of treasure?
Yeah.
Heaped against the west and east walls of this room. And also,
Oh,
10-foot
What the hell is that?
10-foot tall statue carved from amber in the likeness of a hawk-headed humanoid stands in a wide alcove to the north, and behind it a crack has formed in the wall. The ceiling in this room is about 30 feet tall, so it's a pretty tall building. It's flat ceiling, and that's it. And there are 6 different piles of treasure. And by piles of treasure, I mean like full-on treasure piles, like coins and.
is it higher than me? Are they higher than a dwarf's height?
They're up to chest or neck height, each one of those piles, and they're all really big piles.
It's a trap.
That's a trap.
Yeah,
I wouldn't touch any of that treasure if I were you.
I think, I'm with you.
You guys don't want to look through it until at least, make sure there's nothing interesting in them?
Oh, I do want to look through it, but I'm not gonna.
No?
Do some magical things.
Maybe I could use gust and blow it around a little bit. We can see what's in it.
We need a burglar.
What's a burrow?
We need a burrow hobbit. Give him the contract.
All right, what would you like to do?
So we could fit through the opening like easily, or is it?
Yeah, you guys pushed it open enough that any one of you could get through it. including Alaric.
What about that?
I mean,
Go ahead, Lark. Start.
no, I don't know. I guess I would move to the closest pile of loot and start scoping it out.
We saw what happened in the other room.
Yeah, go ahead and move yourself to wherever you want, and tell me what you're doing.
Right there, and I would be rummaging through whatever I found in there, just to see.
All right. Sorry, what was that?
I moved myself over to this left pile of loot, and I was just trying to see what it was about.
All right. So you walk up to that pile, and it looks like, it's a huge pile of copper coin. You see glimpses of gemstones inside the coin. You'd have to pull them out to see exactly what they are. You see pieces of maybe some armor, some shields, and some other, like, maybe valuables, jewelry or expensive trinkets or something. You can't tell. You'd have to, like, start digging in and pulling things out to tell what's all in here.
So it's extensive. There's a lot of stuff, is what you're saying.
It's extensive, and the coin itself is like thousands of coins. Tens of thousands of coins, perhaps.
Okay, so Alaric is sifting his hands through the mass of jewels and treasure. And I guess maybe he would start to lose interest because he doesn't really care about that stuff that much. And then he would start making his way to the other side of the room. So he would start walking over here.
Okay, so if you're digging through a little bit, you find, so in addition to, so you find thousands and thousands of copper, which if you're going to take it or do whatever, we can figure out how to
Yeah, you can do that.
enumerate how much is there. You find that there's a number of, like, valuable gemstones. You see the armor is rusted and worthless, so you kind of, like, throw that to the side. Same thing, you find shields that are rusted and worthless, and then you find child-sized sarcophagus in the middle of that. That's made out of a black wood inlaid that looks really valuable. As you're digging through, though, you hear this it's grinding of stone
Oh, shit.
as the statue at the north end of the room steps forward.
I need you guys to roll
Which
initiative.
is
And I
the
need
way
to
that I
ask
was
for-
stepping.
Yeah, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Don't
so
roll
my initiative did what?
Can you wait 1 second on rolling initiative? Because if I do this one thing first, it makes it way easier on me.
that's
Unless
fine.
somebody rolled initiative and really wants to keep
Get
it.
already.
Everybody did. Dude, I
Okay.
clicked on my roll initiative and it didn't come through the log. What am I supposed to do? Should I just like reload my browsers?
Do you see mine?
Yep.
What browser are you guys using?
I'm choosing Google Chrome.
Ragnar, you got 12. Deckard got. Damn, dude.
Have you tried Edge?
Have you considered using Microsoft Edge?
There we
Have you
go.
considered using
13.
SGS?
Got it that time. Juniper.
I like Bing. Bing is really good.
Bing is a
God.
decent search engine, but it doesn't get enough credit.
The only thing that. Well, now it's not an Explorer, never mind.
I like Netscape.
Oh.
Juniper, I didn't see yours. What did you roll?
I didn't roll. Whoops.
Now we gotta fight Anubis.
All right, Deckard. It's your turn. You're out in the hallway. These dudes just pull open this door. Lark's in there fishing through some coin, and you hear this like you can actually hear stone on stone as this statue steps down off of its pedestal into the room where Alark is.
Lark, it might be a good idea to put the money down and maybe back out of the room, buddy.
Can't hear you, Deckard. Will.
Oh, sorry. I can't. Can I see this thing from out here?
No, not really. You just hear that going on. You're not really sure what's making the noise at this point.
Lark, do you say anything? But I just hear grinding.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe at this point I haven't, but I was just kind of like sifting through the treasure naturally, and then like heard and or saw something on the other end of the room potentially. I think it was like Lark was like, hey, there's a bunch of loot, and then he looked through it and he was like, I don't give a shit about any of this, whether it's valuable or not. And then he was like, I'm gonna scope out the rest of the room. So I think that's where Lark's at. So I don't think he would have a whole lot of insight for you. Like you would be looking at this guard. Right
So and there's like a door that I. Okay, and all I see is a door right here, Dan.
Yep.
I'll go peek my head in the room to see what the noise is. And I see the statue, I'm assuming.
That's right. And you see it moving. And I just shared a picture of it.
Activate my Crimson Right.
Okay.
So I need to roll a d6. Of course I rolled 5. So I take 5 damage.
So you're basically catching yourself on fire.
Yeah, so I have my what am I gonna use? I'm gonna use my hand crossbow.
Okay.
That's what I set on fire.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire an arrow at this dude.
All right. Make your attack. That makes your attack magical and adds fire damage.
Attacks made with the weapon are magical, and you deal an additional 1d6 damage.
Okay. Unfortunately, the bolt bounces right off of its tough stone amber skin.
Yep. And just for fun, if I can, I forgot I can do this. If I can, I want it to be ice, not fire. So like crackling ice, like takes over my bow.
Ooh, cool! I didn't know that was a thing. So that's something new that everyone hasn't seen. The bolt still bounces off of it, but it was a icy bolt that bounced off of it.
So I reload, and 27.
The second one pierces its hard amber shell and sticks. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So 11, just like regular damage, magical damage, and then another 1 frost damage.
Okay, so a total of 12?
Yep.
All right. So the icy bolt sticks into this amber golem, and you see little tiny spidery cracks around the bolt as it sticks. Otherwise, doesn't seem to phase it too much. Juniper.
Okay, so Juniper moves a little bit closer to the door. And she has a better idea of what's going on. And she is going to use her Summon Elemental, which has a range of 90 feet. She is going to summon a fire elemental. Right in front of that guy.
Just find my... That's what we get today. So fire elemental. You're putting it right. Okay, so this thing actually. I step down a little bit. And then the fire elemental. Okay. How about there? Is that good? Right in front of it, like right.
Yeah, that's great.
Between Alaric and there. Okay. Now, does it get to attack right away, or does it go after your turn, or how's that work?
Okay. The creature shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours.
Okay. So
Um,
it takes your commands then too. So do you want to tell me like what the command is?
Sure. So the fire elemental gets a multi-attack, and that's equal to half of its spell level rounded down, so that's going to be 2. And it's going to use slam twice on the Amber Golem. So your spell attack modifier to hit reaches 5 feet, 1 target. So let me roll to hit. I guess that's just a d20 with my +3 spell modifier.
I think so.
12.
Armor class. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see.
That's the first one.
And D hit 1d10. Oh wait. How do you know what it's to hit is?
When you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it has an entry for Elemental Spirit, and the very last thing on it is actions.
Oh, your spell attack modifier to hit. I'm sorry. Okay, got it. So you used +7.
No, I used a +3. That's my spell attack. My modifier, I think, was +3.
But I think to hit, you use your spell attack modifier to hit.
Oh, okay.
So your
So it would have been 16.
spell attack modifier is +7, so you get
Okay.
+7. So 16.
Let me double check. Yeah, 16.
16.
The first one.
Okay. All right. So Juniper runs up into the doorway, wiggles her fingers. The fire elemental forms that you guys have all seen before, and it immediately brings up this big fiery fist and punches the Amber Golem in the chest. However, the doesn't seem to affect it at all.
Good. I summoned the right elemental.
But its thick amber shell seems to just sort of dissipate as the golems or the fire elemental's fist almost just seems to like just flay off of its hard shell. You get a second attack though.
I do. So let's do the same thing. 14.
And then the second attack comes in, and everybody seems a little bit in awe that this giant moving statue doesn't seem to be phased at all by these huge fiery slams.
Shit.
Might be time to leave, Alaric.
And it is your turn, Alaric. Sorry, I didn't do the turn order. I'll load that up while you guys are going. So, Alaric,
Okay.
it's your turn.
So, I mean, I got a front row seat to all of this attempted chaos.
Yes.
It's okay. So Alaric would, I don't even know at this point if he would have already had, probably not because he was too busy sifting through loot, but I don't think I would have had a weapon drawn. So I think he would probably draw a weapon. I see him like right in the middle of the room, drawing his spear, and then kind of like slowly walking backwards, like, hey, maybe we should just check out of here. And this is not good. We don't need all this random copper and rusted garbage. And maybe this guard will leave us alone, in hopes. So I think he would have his weapon drawn, kind of backing up and looking to exit the room.
Okay, so you're not in melee range, so you don't need to disengage or anything. It won't get an attack of opportunity. You can say what you just said and move freely.
Okay. I'd like to move the hell out of the room.
Okay.
Back towards the group. Weapon still
All
drawn.
right. All right, so you guys all hear that? Alaric moves out of the room. I'm assuming Ragnar and Juniper kind of move out of the way. Deckard, are you in the room? Were you out of the room when you fired off your hand crossbow? You're muted still.
I had stepped kind of one square inside.
Inside. Okay, so you're where you are on the map. I'm trying to try to understand. My map's a little goofy. Okay, got it. So Deckard, you're still in the room. Everybody else is pulled out of the room, including Alaric. Anything else, Alaric?
That's it. We just gotta kind of try to hang with the group at this point.
What's that red thing around you, Alaric? Does that give you? Is there some kind of field around you that?
Resistance to fire that Thoradin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that's gone now. You guys did a long rest. He's not concentrating on that anymore, so you or I can remove that.
Oh.
That aura. I don't know. Maybe you can figure that out, Adam, because I can't right now.
Okay.
Ragnar, it's your turn.
Now that I saw Alaric leave the room, what is the thing doing?
It's not its turn. So the last thing you saw it do was make an aggressive movement, kind of off of the pedestal towards Alaric, and it's now kind of standing in the middle of the room. And you saw Deckard fire a couple bolts at it, and this fire elemental's in front of it, punching it.
Definitely not going in. I'm gonna draw my weapon and my shield, and I'm just gonna get ready.
Okay. Now you can take you can use your action, or depending on your feats, your bonus action to be in a defensive posture. So if you get attacked, they have disadvantage on their attack.
Yeah, so I'll do that in case he's gonna throw something at us, and I
Okay.
can
You're
protect my
taking the
people
dodge
behind me.
action, which means you have your shield. You're ready. If something comes at you, you'll be in good shape. Okay.
Okay.
Spargo, your turn.
Are we gonna? What are we? We're gonna get out of here. Are we
Love to go through the treasure, but do we want to fight the thing?
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll do the same thing. I'll move out of the way a little bit here. Then it seems like we're moving. I'll move by Alaric here, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take on a defensive. No, you know what I'm. I will cast. Yeah, I am going to. No, you know what? I'm just going to take the defensive action for right now. Move.
Okay.
15,
So you move. That's your movement, and you're taking the defensive action. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. No one else is in the room except Deckard, who kind of pulled in to try to help his teammates while they all fled. And so this amber golem walks forward, very robotically, towards you, Deckard. It doesn't attack you, but it raises its big stone arm, over, say this is your head, it kind of puts it over your head, and you feel this wave of energy coming from it. I need you to make a wisdom savings throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. 22.
22. Very nice. So, you start to feel like almost like sluggish, or like you're starting to like. It's hard to move at your normal speed, but you shake it off. You're able to like just through force of will. See what I did there? Resist it, which is pretty huge. All right, Thornton. Thornton. Now everybody else now sees and hears the clanking of this giant statue golem thing moving across the room. You all are aware that Deckard is pinned in there by himself, and then Ragnar and Juniper. It's like right in front of you. I'm sorry. Yes, so that's the case. Juniper, your fire elemental can make an attack of opportunity too.
It will do that. So let's see.
And Thornton, it's going to be your turn next.
Got it.
It will do nothing. It will slap fight.
We'll do nothing.
So the fire elemental like swings its big fiery arm through just the air in the opposite direction of the golem, and that's what.
What
it
a
does.
nothing muffin. Last time I call you.
Thornton, your turn. You're behind Ragnar and Juniper, so you three little short folk are there. You see this towering statue in the doorway that you had just shifted open.
Oh, we can't leave the cowboy in there alone. I got to go save him.
I mean, he's not alone. He's got the fire element.
Thornton pushes between the both of you. So Thornton goes up to this thing, and he takes out Talon, and he takes a big ol' hack at him. $14. 14's probably a miss.
Yep. Thornton pushes through Ragnar and Juniper and gets into the room and takes a nice clean strike at the golem's knees, but it bounces off its crazy hard shell.
And he takes another swing. For 10.
Swings again, another like clank. Not even a scratch.
Oh,
Nice.
That's not
So,
promising.
Hey, solid turn there, Matt. Anything else you want to do?
What a dick.
I'm just kidding. Anything else you want to do or can do?
No, I think maybe I'll just Misty step 30 feet away.
Can you use your bonus action to do that
I can.
if you'd like? You're up next, Deckard.
No,
Deckard.
I should say no. Deckard, sorry, gotta run, gotta leave. Nah, I'm hang out. It's all good.
All right. Well,
Go
Thornton,
back for him, man.
he ran into the room with you.
So it's my turn.
Yep, it's your turn. Thornton rushed in. No one's doing any damage to this thing. Your one icy bolt stuck in it a little bit, but it seems massive and intact. But it's right there.
Do I notice? Is there anything in this room? Just glancing around. I'm looking for switches or levers or something that might control this guy.
Make a perception check. Or investigation, whatever you feel is you're doing more.
Yeah, I'll do investigation. 21.
You look around and you don't think so. This room is relatively mundane and simple in nature in that it's a big stone treasure vault with piles and piles of treasure and a couple broken up fissure-like openings in the corner, but no mechanisms, buttons, switches, nothing, actually. No other features in this room at all. It's very, very much just walls.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna is he within melee range of me?
Yep.
So I'm gonna it's not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna pull out my short sword in my other hand and just hack at him with that.
All right.
Because I'm gonna use my crossbow feat here, where we kind of agreed if I melee and then I can do 2 crossbow shots.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Roll it up.
So 15 on the short sword.
Bounces off of it.
So I flang my short sword off and then bring my crossbow around. 30.
Which you have Crimson Right on.
Yes.
Okay. That's a hit.
So 9 magical damage
Very nice.
plus 5 ice damage.
Okay.
And then
It penetrates the creature's shell.
What does 0 damage?
No, it seems to stick and pieces of amber glass splinter off. Dust down to the ground.
And then I'm going to fire at it again. Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Nice. So if you're doing it with D&D Beyond, it should add your base damage in again.
Yeah.
It should add.
So
Did it do it right? Yeah, it did. 2d6. Nice.
So 14 magical damage. Now, does that just applies to my base damage, right?
Right. So you still
Got
get to add your...
And then another 4 ice damage.
Correct. There you go. Okay. So these bolts are starting... I mean, it's not like it doesn't seem to be slowing down much, but you're definitely piercing its shell and chunking little pieces of it off.
And with that, I'm going to run outside. And can I say anything as I'm running past the group?
It will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
And yes, you can say something. And do I have this turn order right, Sparkle? I didn't miss you, right?
I don't think so. No, because I moved to.
Oh, right. You moved and went into defensive. I'm sorry.
After,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. So Deckard, yes, you can move. But let me. He is going to get a. As you. So you're down. You're hunched down. This thing's kind of moved towards the front of the room. You shoot a couple hand crossbows at him, and then try to dip out of the room. He tries to backhand you in the back as you're moving out of the door. Does a 29 hit? I'm kidding. That was a dickhead thing to say. 19 bludgeoning damage.
Does a 29 hit? Oh,
I knew a DM that used
So-
to do that.
Yeah.
Deckard comes flying through this doorway head first and kind of tumbles down and regains his feet and keeps moving. So I'm going to use my whole... As I regain my composure running by the group after getting crushed. Did my movement speed get impaired at all by this weird thing he did to me?
Nope.
Okay.
You completely
So-
resisted whatever that was.
As I'm running by the team, I yell at them. So I don't know if this will work, but I want to run to the top of this statue. So it's 25 feet. I've got 45 feet of movement. Can I get
All right,
to the
I'd say you could get to you can get to the statue and halfway up the steps.
Okay. So I'm gonna go into the statue, and as I'm running by, I'm like, "Hey, fam, let's maybe we can fire some of these old these crazy fireballs at this thing from this statue. Draw them outside." And I run up into the statue.
All right, I dig it. You made it to the statue. You're halfway up. Thornton, or wait,
Juniper, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
keeping counters here, so I'm like out of order.
Juniper is going to stay where she's at, and she's gonna reach her hands up to the sky and squint her little eyes and cast Call Lightning, which is a Dex 15 save.
All right. Let's see. Call lightning. Storm. You want to describe what happens?
Yeah, sure. A little storm cloud kind of swirls and twirls above this thing, and you can see lightning and kind of electric go through it. And then after a couple of seconds, it overloads, and a giant bolt of lightning comes out of the cloud and hits the Amber Golem. Maybe. Hopefully.
All right.
Amber sharpens
No, I
amber.
love it. And there's a tall room. This is a tall room, so there's enough room for this cloud that you summon to form above it as this bolt of lightning comes down. It needs to do what now? Make a what
Dex
save?
15 save.
Dex 15 save. Literally its worst thing.
Yay!
14. It actually rolled well.
Yes! You get
It's a
hit with
pretty
something.
slow thing. So it, yep.
4d10.
That's a big bunch of damage.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
not the best roll.
Ooh.
That's alright, Slatho's got some moves. Alright, so my fire
Yeah.
elemental after that is gonna.
So the lightning though is effective. It seems to be a little bit off target. It kind of hits next to the golem instead of like straight down its spine like you'd like it to. But it rips up the side of it and seems to, inside the amber glaze, you actually see the arcing kind of hit it internally. You feel like that was a good thing. And then, yes, what would you like the elemental to do?
It's a slappy move. So I'm gonna roll twice to hit for slam. So it'll be my d20 plus 7. Because he gets 2 attacks. That's 19 plus 7, so 26. That hits, probably.
That's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit.
And then this one is 11 plus 7, so 18.
They both hit.
Okay, and then for slam, let me just pull that up again real quick so I can see what I'm supposed to be rolling. I think it's 2d8. No.
One
It is 1d10 plus 4 plus the spell's level and bludgeoning damage. Well, fire damage, excuse me. So 1d10.
Wait, 1d10 plus 4 plus 5?
11
What's the spell's level?
7 plus 4 is 11 plus the spell's level. I was casting it at a level 4. So plus 4.
Okay. So 15 total?
15. Yes. That's for
All right,
the
that
first
was
one.
just the first one.
Huh? And then the second one is 10, 5. Trying to pull that up again.
I think it's 12, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So
Oh,
plus
13,
4 plus 4.
Right?
Yeah.
Or is it 8. You got
It's
8.
8 plus 5.
Mhm.
13?
Yep.
Yeah, 13.
All right. So as this golem, is it Gollum or Golem? It's Golem. Gollum's the Lord of the Rings character. It's Golem. Yeah.
Golem.
So the golem has turned its attention and not paying attention to this fire elemental behind it. So it's blasted with lightning, and then suddenly this fire elemental. So Thornton and Ragnar, and of course you, Juniper, you see the fire elemental like kind of rise up behind this big amber golem who's like standing in the doorway in front of you, and you just see it, boom, boom, like hit it like on both sides of the head with its big flaming fists as the amber golem's head goes boom, boom, like to side, and it seems to have really jarred it a bit. There's amber glaze now kind of melting and dripping down its side as more pieces fall off of it. And Alaric, it's your turn. You bitched out it before everybody started fighting, so you're way outside the room right now.
Yeah, I am a bitch. Am I the only one that's technically not engaged with this golem right now?
Me too. I thought we were running, so I ran with you.
You mean not fighting or not at melee not in range?
Just not technically in combat.
Yeah, you're not currently fighting it like actively. The rest of besides you and Sparkle, they're all kind of in the reach of this golem for what it's worth.
All right.
Also, for what it's worth, it looks like it's about halfway beat up. Not to overshare, but it looks like you guys are like seriously kind of starting to fuck it up. But it's still got some legs under it. It's going to be a little hard for you unless your teammates like kind of move out of the way and stuff. The doorway's getting a little clogged for what it's worth.
That's all right. So I'm going to move over here behind Juniper-ish. And I'm going to use bolstering magic on Juniper.
Oh, okay. I dig it.
So I'm gonna touch her. Sorry, Amber. And I don't think I have to do anything to do this. I just do it. Oh wait, I lied. Roll a d3. The creature.
Gently.
Okay.
Touch her.
So I'm gonna roll a d3. This may be stupid. I don't know. I know she's been casting things though, but I roll a d3. And she'll regain 1 expended spell slot, the level of which the number equals the number rolled or lower. Oh, okay. So if I roll a 3, she's going to get a spell slot back level 3, 2, or 1.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
This is neat. Yeah, I dig it.
Okay. We'll give it a go. Maybe it'll be a shot in the dark. But
Hey, did you take your long rest on your sheet?
yeah, me?
Oh. Never mind. I just needed to. Yeah, I needed to reload it. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe something's fucked up with me because none of my rolls are working. So I don't know.
No, that was my end. So I don't think there's a D3, so you have to roll a D6 and have it.
Okay.
And you round down. If you roll a 5, it's a 2.
Okay. I'll just roll a d6. And that is a 6, so it's a 3.
Ooh, nice. So she can regain a spell slot of 3, 2, or 1.
3, 2, or 1, whatever she wants to do.
Very nice.
Nice. Feels slightly restored.
Good. I hope it was
right.
good for you.
Anything else, Alaric?
I'm still not 100% sure Alaric's knowledge of everything that has transpired with the Amber Golem, but I guess he would run over, use that action. I guess maybe he would begin to like draw a weapon, like ready himself to fight. I don't know. But no, that's it. I cast spell. I'm there next to Juniper.
I dig it. Ragnar, you're up.
If I were to run behind this thing, it would take a swipe at me, right?
No. It would only get a swipe if you move out of its range. So you can move into its range, move around it. As long as you're staying in its engagement range, it doesn't get that attack of opportunity. Now, if you were to run past it, to the back of the room, then it would get a swipe at you. Although it's, out of character. It's already done that once it's used its reaction once to do that, so whatever.
So, two things. Is it facing the door? Or the elemental? Facing the door?
It got punched in the back of the head by the elemental and has not had an opportunity to turn around. It was kind of focused on Deckard for a little bit, but yeah.
And last thing, would I have enough to go stand next to the elemental and then attack it twice, or is that too far?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You can move through your you can move pretty much anywhere into this room you want because your friendly party members will move out of the way. So yeah, you move wherever you want and take your 2 attacks.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move behind him so that he has to split his focus.
There you
And
go.
then I'm going to start taking swings at this guy.
Okay. And this is with Shatter Spike, which is magical.
Yep.
All right. So Ragnar dips between Juniper and Thornton, kind of like dashes past the golem, gets behind it, and pulls up Shatter Spike and drives it straight into his back and hits solidly. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Damage is going to be this plus 2. So 16.
16. What's the plus 2?
The dueling.
All right. I'll buy from you. That hit him good.
How's he looking? Is he starting to look a little haggard?
He doesn't show any sort of like emotion or you can't really tell like kind of how he's feeling, but just from his like structurally, you're starting to see huge. I mean, that took a huge chunk, like a big. Now it's getting to the point where he's got like pieces of him that are removed, where it's like, how is that arm still hanging onto its structure? That's where you're at.
All right, I'll take the other attack. 29.
All right, roll the damage on that.
13.
Plus 2 or not at plus 2 on that one?
The dueling. Let me make sure that. Where? Forgot where that is.
Spargo, you're up next. All right, we can go ahead. If we have to add the other 2 damage later,
Okay.
I will. Let me know.
Here it is.
Those 2 strikes with Shatter Spike took out a good half of it, the back of his thigh. Like the what? Like it started. Like now this thing is like leaning its weight on one leg instead of the other because the other one doesn't have enough structure intact to hold it up.
Yeah, it's just plus 2 to every attack that I do with the one-handed weapon.
Okay, so that's 2 more damage. Excellent. Spargle, you're up. Everybody is now surrounded this giant thing. It's fucking people up a little bit. It seems to be massive and able to withstand a lot of damage, but the combined force of your powerful team is really starting to shred this thing.
Can I take a shot at him from here? I moved 15 feet that way.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna do a chromatic orb and take a shot at him. I saw Juniper pulling down lightning here and it seemed to work, so I'm gonna do the same thing. 22.
That's to hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
No.
So you kind of form your little lightning orb and it shoots over everybody's head and smashes it right square in the sternum.
16.
16. The lightning arcs all over its chest and seems to blow even more little pieces of stone and amber off of it, as it looks like it's not doing too well.
That's it for me.
Okay. It's surrounded now and super mad. It's going to swing at. It's going to take both arms and kind of like turn to the side, and it simultaneously punch both of the dwarves backhanded in the face. So first, it'll try to hit Thoradin.
Rude, very rude.
27. Does that hit?
Yeah, it hits.
14 bludgeoning damage.
We piss 14 damage.
And 26. Does that hit you, Ragnar?
Sure does.
16 bludgeoning damage to you. And Thoradin, you're up.
My grandmother hits me harder than that. So I want to take the holy symbol of Ravenkind off my neck. And I want to, kind of put it in front of me and, get his attention with it. See if anything happens.
I'll let you do that as an interaction, because you have it around. You're wearing it, right?
Yeah.
So you hold it up and you present it to him.
Yeah.
This thing doesn't have it's like a statue, so it doesn't have facial features or emotions or anything that you can see, and you don't notice anything.
All right. Can I take a hack at this thing?
You can.
All right.
So you're holding up your holy symbol, and then you're like, it's not doing anything, so you drop it, and you go to pick up Talon, and it slips out of your hand and falls onto the ground.
Yeah.
And Juniper kind of looks down and looks at you and is like, "Oop, probably didn't mean to do that."
That's embarrassing.
It happens to
And
the
so
best of us.
you grab it real quick and try to salvage the moment and swing at its ankles, but you just don't have a good grip on Talon and can't hit it.
And what we learn about Thor in this session is that he's developing Parkinson's disease. And CTE from all the head blows against all the doors.
Anything else, Thoradin?
No, I'm good.
All right, Deckard.
Does a 26 hit?
Now I'm up in the tower. I can't really see what's going on.
No, you don't have a line of sight. You can't really see it.
Have I heard anything?
Yeah, I mean, you're close enough proximity that you hear the sound of battle and stuff going on.
Well, just gonna keep going with it. Deckard runs to the top of this thing, and he's like, all right, they're gonna bring the statue out front here. What I want to do is, if I could use an action, I want to look around this statue for controls.
Okay, make an investigation check.
23.
You find nothing in this room at all, to the point that you come to the realization that the old man, whatever he was probably creating the fireballs and the lightning himself, and not the statue.
Got it.
That's information you have in character. Everybody else doesn't, but it is something you know now. Anything else?
Damn it. So Deckard uses however much movement it took to get up the halfway I was up, realizes there's nothing up here, and then runs back down as far as I can go to the team.
Yeah, you can do your dash movement at this point. Your investigation was like an interaction or whatever, so I'll let you do your double move. So if that's all you're going to do this turn, you can go wherever you make sense.
Slide kind of back in here next to the team, behind the team. Is that an open doorway?
It is. It's been opened like, let's say this is completely closed. It's been open like this, so it's good enough. You don't get angles on it, but you guys got it open.
Okay.
Okay. Juniper, it's your turn.
All right, well, encouraged by the success of her latest attack, Juniper will once again wiggle her fingers towards the cloud that has formed above this golem, and she will cast Call Lightning at 3rd level, which is a Dex 15
right, because
save.
you concentrate on this, and then afterward, do you just use like is it just a... Oh no, you can continue to use your action, so you don't have to use another spell slot. That's the thing. The cloud stays there, and each turn you can use your action to basically hit it again without another spell slot. That's what's huge about this. So yeah, good call. You can just hit it again with the lightning.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do, because that sounds way better than what my plan was.
Oh.
Casting it again at a 3rd level. But yeah, we're gonna hit. So, it still has to make the check though, right? The DC 15 check before I can roll damage on it.
Oh, each creature.
It should be a Dex check. And then while you do that, I'll figure out what the actual damage is.
Well, you were just doing the damage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I shouldn't have rolled that yet until you didn't save.
Dex check is a 12. So did not save.
It did not save, so it gets hit for 8. It's at 4th level. It doesn't matter. Where the hell did I see the 4? Aha! 3D lightning. I guess it just takes 1d10. Yeah.
Wait, wasn't it plus?
I thought it was plus a bunch of stuff, but I literally just pulled this up and I'm not seeing it on there. I think maybe that was with my fire elemental. Or maybe the initial casting or something. Give me just a moment to double check.
What level spell did you cast this at?
It should be Call Lightning at 4th level. And all I can really see is a creature takes 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. Each one of your turns until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning in the same way, targeting the same spot or a different one.
Okay, but
so
you were supposed
maybe
to
it should be 3d10, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take the first one, 2 more. So 12 plus 8.
All right. So Juniper is concentrating on this cloud that's formed above the stone golem. It continues to grow, and she's just standing in the background, and she's pulling, like they're making this pulling motion as these bolts jar down from the cloud and just blast this statue thing that I can't pronounce. And it's looking pretty fucked up now. Alaric, it's your turn next.
Actually, I don't want to...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's your fire elemental.
Yeah, we got Slappo here. So, let me remember what the hell I'm supposed to do with him. Let's see, multi-attack, he gets 2 attacks. I have to roll to hit with these. So, let's roll to hit first. 13, so dirty 20. And
20 hits.
18. So
18,
both of those
hit.
I think hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the damage is 1d10 plus 4 plus 4. So 1d10 plus 8. And then the other one. Not bad.
What is that?
I rolled a 4, but it's plus my 7, so it should be 11.
It had 11 health left. So after Juniper calls down this lightning and it arcs and shocks this thing, you see this fire elemental continue to like grow behind it, and it's punching it on both sides of the head, and it punches it once in the head, and you see just amber shards fly everywhere as now Thornton and Ragnar. You see, you were sitting closest to it. You see half of its head is just gone now. It's just like a chunk of stone up there. And then the second swing of the fire elemental comes through and just knocks the head clear off of the statue. So this headless statue then just flumps forward and crashes onto the ground and shatters into a bunch of stone and pieces of amber.
What a piece of shit.
And it's quiet in this room now. This massive thing is destroyed. It's pretty impressive, actually. And you are now surrounded by mounds and mounds of treasure, which we can dig into at the next session.
And you guys reached level 11.
Nicely done. All right, we'll call it there. Good job. You beat this giant amber golem. This thing was fucking massive. And there's quite a bit of shit in this room. And it seems pretty safe to dig through at this point. So,
Oh man, maybe we can just
we'll wrap it there unless anybody wants to say anything or do anything at the end of the battle.
Oh, what's with the thing in the back of the room?
Oh shit, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, the hole in the
Can
back.
we?
Oh, man.
Yeah, testing,
Oh, man.
testing.
Time out. Dan
can hear
lost AirPods.
That's why you didn't laugh at my level 11 joke, I think.
Yeah, I agree because that was good.
That was pretty good, right? I thought it was good.
Dan would have given you at least a pity laugh there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try again.
Right? Yeah.
All right, no, I didn't hear anything. That sucks.
All right, so
I
we
guess my-
defeated the golem and Matt.
Yep. And we get to level 11, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Now you're-
Well, I still can't hear you. I don't know what
You
you're
got the
saying.
pity laugh.
nice.
Still got the pity laugh.
Well played.
Without initiating anything, I don't want to get us into more combat or anything. Can we see the back of the room where that like little passageway goes?
Yeah. You can, but really all you can see right now is that the openings are about 3 feet wide, 8 feet high, and they go in about 10 feet into like a darker room.
Okay.
I am going to
Yeah.
not want to describe anything further because that'll be a great place to start next time.
Sweet.
All right. Oh
All right,
man,
let me
gold.
before we start talking, let me end this
Kill the stream?
Yeah.
We want to thank Uplift for providing their awesome, upstanding desks. We want to thank them, and we want to
Yeah.
Uplift. Yep.
I'm going to do the uplift
Yeah,
outro.
I'm sending Uplift an email in the morning with all my
We wanna-
complaints.
We want to thank you guys. All right. For sponsoring this Dungeons and Dragons stream.
Wait,
And
I'll
Raid
go-
Shadow
I'll go
Legends.
the opposite way. Goodbye. Goodbye. My head is
No,
gone.
sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
we ran long today, but I wanted to make sure we got to a good break point. So you're the guys that barged into the Amber Vault. So
Yeah, we tend to barge. We're bargers.
This is all Deckard needs. I want to steal all this and find the hell out of way out of Barovia. Let's
So you can-
screw
yeah.
the people.
So you can buy your
We
horse
can buy
back.
our way out now.
Find a way back to Waterdeep, and we will just spend it in
On horse.
brothels and
Sorry, hon.
Taverns up and down the Sword Coast.
I mean in
Like
game, hon.
things.
I mean in game, honey.
Oh, I actually wasn't listening. What did you say?
I said we're gonna spend all the money we make on whores.
Oh.
And I was like, I mean in game, honey. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, like, if we get a whole bunch of hookers, I can show them my rocks.
Yeah, I'll show them my
Right.
rocks too.
I heard
They like
hookers love
shiny
rocks.
stones.
Yeah, nice. So level 11, that's good. I'll make sure I change my stuff before
Level
next
11.
session, Dan.
All right, I'm gonna shut the stream off. Thanks everybody for watching.
Oh, we're not done. Thanks,
No, we're not
Uplift.
done
We
yet.
appreciate it.
Sorry, we were still finishing up there. Goodbye.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Uplift and
everybody.
Boar's Head.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Doug. Thanks, Neil.